cake, but I've saved that for stream. Just to
Hashtag cake stream.
I'm going to see how much he
For
dislikes
fuck's
it.
sake, Ben. And we're out.
God damn. Any viewers there were just went.
For
Eating it seductively.
fuck's sake.
It's okay. It wasn't actually on camera.
No, it just disappeared.
So no one watched you inhale that, though.
Quite literally in here.
Oh, well.
Don't say that because I just did joke on it.
Anyone know the highway? Go then.
Yeah, but I'm all the way over here and he's all the way over there.
That's too much effort.
No, Mike's got a question about Black Seas.
Oh,
Strap them up.
Already?
What size fleet do people plan to eventually create? 2,000, 3,000 points?
so it's
I don't know if he's watching, it's just on Messenger.
It's a difficult one for me because as you,
At what point do you stop?
I know I'm a real
Don't.
I'm like a proper collector, so I like try so like my Napoleonic stuff. It is I'm working.
You only
on-
stop once you have your entire Trafalgar fleet.
Well, it's not even Trafalgar because the French fleet of Trafalgar is actually only relatively small. It's the Glorious First of
Because you lost them all at the Nile.
Even that wasn't that bad.
What happened to the Orient?
The Orient is actually I don't think is this the Orient? Yes, it is. Yeah, the Orient is fine. It's just
Why does your Orient look massive?
Because first rate when it shouldn't be a first rate.
it is the first rate.
Yeah, I'm just being a dick.
Oh. I think it's probably because I've got all of the
Probably it's because you've got everything on it.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks Fallon. You've seen the size difference.
once you've got all the bits on it, and you think then all the sails on top
Yeah.
of that.
It gonna be big.
That's awesome. I am really excited to. But I'm not going to bring first rates. I'm going to bring.
I won't bring mine then. I'd presumed you were going to bring one.
No, I'm going for 2/3.
Partly why mine has a coat on it.
No, well, bring it.
They might not have masts, I'm going to be honest. They might just be
Well-
holes.
My 2/3 rates. I was planning to paint them now, but you know me, I'm going to get distracted for at least an hour trying to like mess around with strings.
Like cake.
And cake, which I will finish in a second.
Well, yeah, if you don't continue to try and inhale it.
I'm drinking that like I'm actually going to get anywhere with it.
This is just an excuse to sit around the table and chat shit, isn't it? I mean,
Well, yeah, it has already begun.
Do
To be
we need an
fair-
excuse to do that, though, to be fair?
I've only got 1,000 points to play with, haven't I? So it's a bit easy for me, I think. I meant to bring the book, but I didn't. But so far, I'm working on 1 frigate and maybe up to 3 of these. And we'll see where I am. It might just be a case of, well, I'll just throw upgrades on to get the points up, or I might be at the 1,000 points anyway and be like, actually, I need to get rid of something. I don't know. I mean, a first rate is what, sitting at about 400 odd points.
it ends up being about 500 when you've got
Quite a
upgrades
lot.
on it, because you're going to
Well,
put upgrades on it.
veteran.
It's like,
Yes, I want +2 to all my shooting.
Why wouldn't you?
So you guys going to film the battle thing, or is it going to be a club?
It's a club.
Yeah, I do really want to do some filming of this, but it's.
I almost want to say Mike is going to be 13 colonies.
Hmm.
Because then it fits. Like America pre actually being the United States. But, I mean, the rules for America are quite similar to the British anyway. They still get the +1 to hit. So
They lose
I
out
think
on the
thematically it works.
They lose out on Admiralty for a couple of cheap upgrades, basically.
Yeah.
Is it? No, it is because they get over guns cheaper as well.
Yeah. Because they were heavy frigates, weren't they?
As the previously said, the one in Master and Commander, if it was the books, it would have been the American one. But as it doesn't sell to have the Americans as the bad guys,
That's why
Hey,
the Russians
Rob.
are always the bad guys.
Rob is in chat.
Which Rob's this?
This would be. Well, I'll give you a guess. The username is Toxic Templar.
That'll be Quibel.
Got Necrons, Rob, look. Do Necrons this time.
Oh, good. You might actually have a follower.
The guy who paints Necrons on YouTube.
Don't hiss at me.
Where am I starting? I know where I need to start. I need to start by painting some of this white.
To the paintbrush.
So you start by painting first.
I will need a
Then
paintbrush.
start focusing something.
Subjects I was thinking. Well, we'll finish talking about Black Seas.
Oh, that
shortly.
was a bit.
the biggie subject would be the potential. What the hell do Warhammer? What is Warhammer Fantasy Battles? Is it actually going to be Warhammer Fantasy Battles?
Yeah, this is
I
a
probably
good
will not
topic.
play it.
This is a very good topic, to be fair.
It'll be interesting to see what it turns into.
If they give me something similar to the Apocalypse trays, but more rank and file, I'll play. Because I don't want to rebase it.
So are we starting this topic now, or is this going to be a bit later on?
Good point. We'll
Oh,
get into
oh.
it. Yeah. Rob has asked, what are we painting? That is a good question for me.
I'm doing my finest Picasso.
Well, I'm painting some destroyers
That's
over here,
the upside down one today.
It's probably
like around about this.
yeah, because we can't see where it
Does
is.
this look glamorous enough?
Normally we can see it on a screen.
So yeah, there's some destroyers, and in between that drawing, or those drawing, I've got my quick check as well.
So, as you can see from the centre camera, which has been dropped on me this evening, I am going to be cracking on with an Ultramarines Heresy unit that has been sitting in my box for the last 3 years and has only just had a coat of blue paint put on it.
The things always sit in your box for free.
They certainly do. You see, I take my time to get started on things.
But once you do get started,
It's
they
annoying
look
me.
perfect.
Is it not in the right place for you?
It's not in the right place, mate. But now I've made it worse.
Perfectionist at work, watch out.
Perfectionist, more like just like straight up OCD.
I give up.
It's better than it was, it's fine.
And Rob, I'm currently painting nothing because I'm distracted with playing stream host.
Tweaking.
Tweaking.
Everything. Having everything just right.
Makes it so much
I don't know
When
if
he
you can
actually-
see it because I don't know what this camera's actually capturing.
That one's not as. It's not as big as the one that normally shows, but it does.
Can it see my boats?
It can.
Because
see your
I'm just
boats.
painting sprue at the moment, so I am painting my black seas for tomorrow.
How about you, Rob? You painting anything at the moment? Wow, the chat's a bit small on the screen. I might move that. I know what I'll do. I'll swap me and the chat around.
Ben, you know the solution to this, don't you? Set all this up when we're on our way here, so you don't have to do it while we're on stream.
I'm breaking everything out.
Well,
But then-
to be fair, you can't really see it until you start, can you?
This is also a good point.
It would involve Ben like having to put it up on the computer and then like come around to every seat and see how it looks on
Well,
the screen.
I did do it the first time.
Exactly. After the first time, you should never
Yeah,
have to move cameras.
You need to do what like they do with like stage production and that, and like put tape down
Yeah.
and be like that camera angled there can see there. Put like little lasers on top of all of them.
Oh,
And then turn them on.
Corn studio.
Like what?
Hmm?
You mean get a cipher in here?
Yeah, get cousin catch.
Because everybody knows what one of them is.
And maybe a taxi outside.
Did you see the official fake taxi went up for sale a couple of months back?
Really?
Not like that.
That's a piece of history. Right there.
I've just like shifted everything halfway off the screen.
Oh, you're a numpty.
I am. Right, all of those are in the same place as they should be. So what on earth? Oh, it's the grouped stuff that's moved to the side. Oh.
What was the first topic then, Ben? Let's start with the first topic. What should doing that?
So
I like topics.
yeah, so we were talking about the sort of scale we might go up to the Black Sea.
Oh, Black Seas.
I
don't- How much is the fleet box come to?
It depends which one. I
But
think it's
ditch the bricks.
Well, that's not
Oh,
very nice.
point wise.
Unrated.
I'd have to look it up. Maybe when I resolve this issue, I'll look at some points.
I will use bricks, but I more intend to use them on like I know you were talking about sort of river type battles or maybe on like an inland
More
lake or
cute
like a
coastal
lake or
stuff
something.
as
Yeah,
well, like,
I'm more likely to use a brig because I'm thinking more gunboats, brigs, smaller size
I'm
ships.
going to do it on this computer because I can't.
But
What are you looking for?
Paint thing.
Miles on
I feel that
horrible. Like, really
for big
really
ship
bad.
battles, I won't go below frigate.
Mike, I should have bought some more when we were in Games Workshop this afternoon.
What's that?
Like, that bad. My Ottoman Grey has gone filthy.
Has no affected it.
Well, I'm looking at that.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's gone to a consistency where I can't actually shake it to mix it up.
I have some somewhere, but if you just bear with me, because I'm
There might be one in our box. Probably is one in our box.
Right, there we go.
The quality. Of
Yeah,
it,
I can
I'm
see
not
it.
100% sure.
That one.
You might need to give it a shake and see if
That's
it's
very much of a shake. Oh, I can hear liquid.
It's liquid.
Fine. That's all that matters, rather than the solid that mine is.
Beetle wouldn't go in those weird ones, isn't it? They're just.
It's
You don't.
the,
Yeah.
the whites are quite bad at it,
Oh, white's horrible.
and I think the greys have sort of had the knock-on effect of that. I feel. I'm not 100% sure.
What you need, Ben, is one of those little vibrating paint shaker things.
Yeah.
What you need is to decant them all into dropper bottles,
Yeah. That might take some time.
and then put one of the little ceramic beads in each one,
No.
or like ball bearings.
Yeah, metal ball bearings will do the
The
job better
shaking.
than that.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Ceramic beads is
Fine.
baking when you when you blind.
Oh
blind
my
bake
god, your paint is beautiful. I might have to steal this. You think I'm joking?
Let's see if I can.
My miniature gasm says differently.
What's it here?
Just in the middle.
So are you guys going to actually recreate battles?
We could do some.
Did I ever tell you I bought flashing yellow LEDs?
What for doing the little
Smoke.
That's awesome.
I bought. I've got the LEDs. I've got the battery holders. I've got batteries. I've got tape. And I've got. I bought some of the fluff stuff out of like poly whatever fibre
Yeah.
thingy out of Hobbycraft. I fully intend to do them. I just haven't got round to it.
So yeah. So Rob
Kittens are taking up
says.
too much of my life.
Sorry. Rob says, nice Fallon on the destroyers. Yay for Steve painting. I'm rubbish.
Of course you are. You've got nothing in front of you apart from a piece of cake.
This is also nice. No, the cake one.
The cake is great,
The
guys.
cake has gone. There's
Oh,
more
okay.
cake.
But he says he's playing Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh yeah.
Now, that's one
Oh.
you're going to have to review for me because I'm still on the fence about buying it.
I would buy it. I saw it for £40 the other day on PlayStation, and I was very tempted. But Christmas is coming up.
The issue I've got with it,
And
and
Black Friday's coming.
the issue I've got with it, kind of leads on from the other old Star Wars games. They were good, but they were railed and had no replayability value once you played it once.
So you want to know how free roam it is.
Yeah, essentially. And how much is there to do? Is it a set amount of missions, or do I have a little bit of flexibility, i.e. Fallout sort of style?
I don't know if it's been marketed as like free roam though, is it?
I'm not 100% sure. I did watch something, but I can't remember what they said in the thing I watched. So
Cool, you're having a good run of that today, ain't you?
what did I say that about earlier?
Well, when we went into the Debenham store to get some.
Oh, I went to look
Aftershave
for
for you.
aftershave, and I couldn't. I wasn't looking for it for me. I wanted to know what it smelled like.
The problem is the store attendant came up and she was like, "Oh, do you know what you're looking for?" And he went, "Yeah." And she went, "Can you describe it?" And he went, "No."
I've lied to you, Karen. Actually, I don't know what I'm looking for.
In the end, she just looked at you, despair, and went, "I just can't help you."
And then when I did figure it out, she went, "No, you don't have that."
Oh.
Alright.
She probably wasn't called Karen. She
She's
was
quite
like in her 20s. So.
And you didn't want to speak to your manager.
Right. A first rate with more carronades, overgunned, master gunner, and
How many upgrades are
sturdy.
you putting on this?
Full. Well, the extra large ships can have 4. Alright. That comes to 810 points.
So I could fill one ship tomorrow.
You could fill one ship.
I am painting one ship. I'm not. It's unnamed. I've got Colossus, Mars, and Ajax here. Or Ajax, which should be the same.
There you go, stream. Name Andy's ship.
Yes.
Poll for the day, because Ben hasn't worked out what he wants to do yet.
It was going to be the Britannia, but find me some first-rate ship names and put a poll up. There we go. It was only going to be the Britannia because I was looking at the travel.
I'm throwing Boat McBoat
Sir voting at boat
I'm
face.
sorry, yeah.
HMS Boaty McBoatface. And then what I'll do, I'll turn around and just name his dinghy that.
Yeah, but and you will overrule it though, so it will be HMS Attenborough, won't it?
It's not exploring anything.
Oh, you need Dora.
It's a science vessel. It sees what happens if you fire cannons at short range at French ships.
It's seen some shit.
It's seen some shit.
Oh, what am I actually going to pass? I'll be so busy figuring out getting stuff together that I haven't actually decided what I'm painting at all yet.
I do like the difference in our boats in that yours are black and mine are white. Grey.
Oh, I really should.
You
do
know,
this.
you're not supposed to racially discriminate against boats.
Boats? What are boats?
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go oak brown first and do some decking.
Right. Subjects. Who's enjoying Psychic Awakening so far?
Haven't bought any of it.
I'm going to be honest.
Nothing's
This-
happened.
I don't know what's going on with
No,
Psychic
nor do
Awakening.
I.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with that.
All I know is that as a Khorne player, you can now get Gorefather as a relic weapon upgrade.
But as a, is it only word bearers? Not word bearers. What am I on about? Yeah, hell yeah, word bearers get it because they're bastards.
You just
You
mean,
what?
You mean corn, right?
What has Erebus done to you?
Oh, Erebus,
It's-
such a
To
crybaby.
be fair.
All I know is
They all are.
the Psychic
Um,
Awakening is not going to happen for me.
She's not excited by the
Just
Psychic
destroyers.
Awakening. Yes, Necrons are getting psychic powers.
Unless they did what they did with AOS and Khorne and go, we're going to give you prayers. They're not quite spells.
And then you'll be happy. Because you like prayers.
I do like prayers because they can't be like dispelled and shit because they're prayers.
You know who also has prayers? Sisters of Battle.
They do. So how
Don't,
do you feel about the
don't get
Sisters
us
of-
on that. Do
How-
not get us on that
How did
topic.
the Sisters of Battle release? go
Sold
for you,
out in
Andy?
3 minutes, I believe.
No, it was longer than that. But considering I didn't
That's
start
what he said.
ordering till...
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm waiting for someone to jump on that. I'm so glad you did.
Did you manage to get a box, Ben?
Me?
You didn't want a box, did you?
No. I love the models.
He just wants to adore my grey ones when I eventually
Oh
get them.
no. Rob sent a long message and
It's been
the
bad.
system told him
Oh
off.
no!
Fix
I
your...
hope the message wasn't too long because I've had that happen to me before. Typed out too much and it's like,
It's okay, I got banned for saying side boob, so you know, still not bitter.
oh no, the
Release the
camera
side boob.
Free the side boob.
Free the side boob.
Mm.
Hashtag Warcast movement.
Oh, you know what I should do? I should put side boob. My side boob as one of the soundboard options. So every time you get
Do you
kicked,
like
it
that
goes
side boob? You shouldn't.
Oh,
like
actually,
that side boob.
actually,
It's
actually,
my
actually,
side
no.
boob.
No, I thought for a second because you know sometimes when people put the messages on, they come up on the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I think it must have just been too long. Oh, he says the game is good. He'll tell you more about it at club.
Sounds good to me.
Right, I'm gonna.
When Steve then proceeds to buy it at club.
Yeah.
So what is actually going on with Psychic Awakening then? Do you know
Right.
what's happening with Psychic Awakening?
People
So-
are getting more abilities and shit.
Yeah. So there is storyline,
New relics for every chaos faction.
but the issue is that it's basically, you know how we'd be complaining, it's quite heavy already with extra rules.
They've added extra rules.
They've
haven't
added extra rules.
Side of extra rules.
Just what I wanted,
Jesus
Games
Christ.
Workshop.
they? Superstar.
Well, okay, right. So this one should have shown
I
up.
wish you didn't say this.
No, Toxic Templar. Please refrain from using foul language.
Did you say side boob, Rob?
I hope so.
It's great because when you're actually on the stream, you can say side boob all you want.
Hate this chat. Okay. I tell you what,
Or
Rob,
did he
I'm
try and
gonna
say something
go
related
into-
to chickens and turkeys? Foul language.
Right. I tell you what. I'm gonna sort out.
I'm
something
sorry
else.
for anybody that was there.
Yeah. Don't you know what happens when the moderator hears your puns?
Yeah, banned me.
Stephen just becomes a blur and it blurs out his face.
Censorship.
Yeah. When this loads in 3 hours' time, I will remove some of the moderator stuff because it's getting silly now. Like,
Kind of like rules on 8th edition.
there's so many layers of rules here. What is this?
8th edition was meant to be quick, easy, and fun.
Kind of like Stephen, am I right? I said
Wait. That's what
Yeah,
he says.
after I said quick and easy.
But you're fun. I think you're overlooking the fun component. You could just be quick and easy.
See you, Rob. Enjoy the game. If you do come back, I promise that I will kick the moderator about a bit so that he doesn't, do what he did to Kev last week.
Yeah.
Not last time, not last week.
What did he do to Kev?
Oh, he kept beating him up.
Because I wasn't here that time.
Yeah, we get a cardboard cutout of you, don't we?
Yeah, we need a cardboard cut out of Ben
Yeah.
and Sam.
Just of everyone.
Mind you, Sam's cardboard cutout would just be slightly off camera in the corner,
I need half a cardboard cutout for Sam.
and he would be painting something blue and orange.
Even though people told him not to paint such things.
It's almost like advice on this stream just gets completely ignored.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Right, let's see. Mod. No, it's not the mod stuff, is it? It's the. Oh no, here we go. Right, so at the moment we have link protection. We don't want links in chat because that would be bad. The word protection stuff is only on a couple of words. So take the paragraph protection off.
Is that very rude words?
Very rude words.
Like side boob.
Like side boob. Yeah, actually that is the point. It must be built into that as
Like
well.
Free Hong
Yeah,
Kong?
look. Username. Use default blacklist.
Bet that gets banned.
We're not going to BlizzCon anytime soon.
No. Too expensive. And what do you get out of it? Come on, man. If I really wanted to watch it, I could just get a virtual ticket and watch it from my bedroom.
Okay, we'll try that. See how the loyalty stuff has been building up. Let's have a look at the points.
Points make prizes!
Don't even go there. It's tickets make prizes.
Mr. Arcade over here.
Started. So, the little cretins.
Right. Excellent. That's
Excellent.
okay. I can leave that now. Did you want this screen on so that you could see chat, or can you
Yeah.
even see chat there?
I don't know. I like just being able to see what's actually on the cameras,
Oh, okay.
just in case I do need to try and show something, and then I can actually see
Don't
where.
have to do a fan and be like, "Meh."
Is it on yet?
Right. What am I actually doing with my life?
So you're explaining what's happening with Psychic Awakening for a start.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
because I don't have a clue.
Okay, so yeah, there is a bit of storyline, and frankly, I have to admit I have been paying very little attention to the actual storyline.
Glorious.
So what you can tell us is you don't know much more than us.
I can tell you what they've done with the rules.
Made them more and more and more and more difficult.
Basically. The only book so far that I would say is worth looking at is the one that's just come out, Faith and Fury. Because there's only one other book apart from that,
Yeah, the first one.
and it deals with Elva and
Smell dog.
Has this, though, because obviously factions like the Necrons don't get psychic powers, so has it just overpowered a lot of other factions?
well, the thing is, it's not even about psychic stuff yet.
Oh, okay.
The closest thing to psychic stuff is that you've got psychic, like a couple. I think there are a couple of psychic powers.
Mm.
Actually, I don't even. No, I think the Elder got some psychic powers, but the latest one, Faith and Fury. Well, Sisters don't really have psychic stuff, and Black Templars don't really have psychic stuff. So it's only the Chaos Marines in it, and there is you can make a normal librarian a chief librarian.
Oh, yeah, sort of that.
Which is, I mean, fluff-wise, I've always wanted the ability to run, say, like I could run part of the Reclusery, or whatever it's called, the chaplain group. So I could have my chief chaplain and a load of lowly chaplains as part of a Supreme Command detachment. You know? Fluff-wise, that would be quite cool.
Chaplains!
All coming out of a Land Raider.
Roll out.
Chaplains assemble.
It's just like, right, we're not seeing enough fury from you guys when you charge. What we're going to do is, in the next battle, we're all going to get together, all the company chaplains.
So you're saying the chaplains who use their faith don't have enough fury?
No.
Faith and fury.
No, I was saying that the chaplains are complaining that the Space Marines aren't showing enough fury with their charges.
I get you.
So yeah, they could.
So
Oh, I get
all
you.
the chaplains are going into battle.
There's also Crusaders 16 spaces, isn't it? So you could fit all 10 company chaplains in there.
Are they trying to do a bit of a commissar effect? You're not being religious enough.
Oh.
You know why? It's because they look at Bobby G and his big titty girlfriend and they're jealous.
But yeah, there is yet to be anything that's really struck my fancy with the Faith and Fury stuff.
I mean, this is the problem though, because they've literally they keep releasing like these little books. No one really knows what's going on. If you just brought out a massive book that says this is Psychic Awakening, here at Raw, then it would be fine. But they've just
You kind of end up waiting to find out which book is the one you actually need.
yeah, I'm like, just bring out, you know, just a big book that says this is Psychic Awakening, this is what's happening now. But they haven't. They just releasing those loads of little books. I'm like, well, I don't really want to buy loads of little books.
Funnily
to be
enough,
honest with you.
they did the same thing with the Rise of the Primarch.
Oh no, I
they-
blame myself.
What you
Go
mean
back
when they
further.
did the 3 at a time?
Up there, I've got Shadow Ball.
4 books.
Yeah, and it gave me a couple of extra Tyranid rules. You know?
Nailed it.
Yeah. So like they went, this system has worked. Let's keep trying this. And
So it's your fault.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure that was the first round of those.
Yeah.
Because they predate the end times, don't they, in fantasy?
I don't think so.
I think they do. I think end times was what 20.
When we got into the hobby, so what?
And that's before that.
Well, it would have been before that, but we started with AOS. It must have been what, a year before that.
Maybe more. Yeah, I don't know what the
20.
time scale was.
2012?
Maybe we were uni 2012.
2013?
We
I think
graduated in
2013 sounds right in my head.
Yeah, it'll be pre-2014.
And then
Probably 2013, because it would have probably been like a year gap, roughly.
Yeah, you'd like to think so.
And we started in 2014.
Yeah.
So, well, you started before that, but
I didn't start anywhere.
no one did. That's when it was launched.
and I can't find when these came out. Who knows? Right. I should probably put something there. I'll tell you what. I'll join you, Andy, and I'll start doing some of my boots.
Oh, some hole.
So, while we have one viewer in chat, although I don't know what YouTube. Oh, YouTube. Shit. I meant to have YouTube chat open on my phone so that I can see whether anyone's talking to us in there.
Terrible person then.
If there is anyone on YouTube, I'm very sorry.
They've already left.
Yeah.
They won't get an answer.
paying
They'll-
attention to
There'll just be like 3 comments. It will be that classic one when people do stream like this, like the Total War guys do it when they're when they're bringing out a new game. The Creative Assembly guys.
Yeah.
And the Paradox guys do the same. And they always say, whenever someone says, "Do you pay attention to YouTube chat?" They go, "No." They'll like call out the name and like, "Yeah, no, we don't pay attention to YouTube chat." Childish, but awesome. Ben's put his heat effect. Oh no, had he already put that up?
No, I was chatting to him about it yesterday.
Ah.
So he was finishing it off yesterday.
Right, let's look at this. Stream health.
Does that mean we have to eat healthy and do exercise?
Oh God no.
Not when Night Panda keeps making cake.
Yeah, it's your fault.
You don't have to eat the cake.
We do.
Well, yeah, you do.
One does not simply look at cake and not eat it.
One does not simply look at cake.
So because we went to Greg's this morning and I just
There we go.
saw the cake in there and went, I want cake.
Ian is in YouTube chat.
Hey Ian.
He's
Hello.
talking to himself because we haven't been seeing him.
Oh, I think he just said hi guys, but it's not. Why is it not showing me
Because you're doing it wrong.
timestamp for when it was sent? Oh well. Hopefully not too long ago. Hi Ian. Right. See, now I have that open. Yeah. So what I was going to say while we have a lull of activity in the chat, is I had to mess around with the Minecraft stuff again. Because I couldn't launch a server using the mod pack.
Oh, okay.
I have found a old Vaults server pack that works, but it doesn't have the gun mod pack in it.
Mhm.
So it literally will be whatever stabby stuff we can find to stab each other with and missiles. So like
Glorious.
real scaling difference there. Kind of like 40k. Swords, missiles, and the guns don't really do anything.
Tentacles or nukes.
Oh, they're plasma cannons. But yeah, I saw that. But you
Do you
need
explode
to.
if you roll a 1?
Sorry.
Do you explode if you roll a 1?
Probably. I think you burn your face.
That's okay
off if
because you put a
roll.
captain next to it and rerolls.
Yeah, my gun exploded, but my captain is so good that he can stop my gun exploding just by looking at it.
Going no.
Don't you dare!
I am surprised that they
Private.
didn't. I'm surprised that they didn't just come up with a rule that basically said, you know, for all intents and purposes, the gun still hit, but you still have rolled an natural 1, and you can't get rid of that, so you still burn your face off.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah.
Mind you, after the
There
last
needs to be
tournament-
more of a trade-off for it, basically.
Because everyone's taking plasma because your chance of you rolling 2 1s is, unless you're doing a command point reroll, pretty slim.
But yeah, after the last tournament, I'm not worried at all because my stuff just wanders around on its own, firing heavy weapons.
You're doing Iron Hand still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah. I was at least told that, unlike the other Iron Hands list that was being played at the tournament, that people could see that I actually loved my army and that it wasn't just built for a tournament.
Yeah.
Might have been something to do with the fact that I brought Vindicators. Because who brings Vindicators?
Is that your way of nerfing yourself?
Yeah, except for the D6 shots now.
Are they really?
Yeah, D6 shots, D6 damage, minus.
I thought they were only D6 if you were shooting units of 5 or more.
No.
Where
They're
was
just a
this?
flat D6 shots.
Yeah.
Where was
so
this
there's,
change made?
The last codex. So just August.
Steve did not read his code.
So,
No, you're right. I didn't because I don't use my Vindicator.
So in an army where I can give +1 ballistic skill to almost everything, and I'm rerolling 1s, and I'm not got any heavy weapons penalty, those Vindicators become 2s to hit, rerolling 1s. They've got a 10-inch movement, 24-inch range, strength 10 weapon. You save the reroll for
Right,
the number of shots.
I'm not playing you. You laugh, but it's true.
And it was probably one of the least dirty things that I could think of.
Oh, God.
It's a good codex. It's
So,
a
when are we
good
killing him?
codex.
Feeding you into his cats.
Oh yeah.
Ultimate betrayal.
I know when you guys are going to kill me on Thursday.
Something first. Oh, yeah, Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm sitting there going, what the hell's happening?
Yeah, I was like, is this like happening that I don't know about? And now I've got to pretend that, yeah, I knew about that.
But yeah, so I was thinking, to begin with, I was thinking, well, we'll have like a truce for like going in bases on the first day. But then I thought, actually, no, there's a way I can fix this. I've given everyone a gun turret in their base.
Okay, cool.
So you get shot if you go in the other person's base. It just stops us basically sneaking in and robbing shit off each other.
Yeah.
Because
Or just killing people in their base. When they're trying to do things.
Unless you've got armour and you can get around the gun turret.
and a general server rule, I don't know if you can build regeneration missiles, but we'll ban them from being used as a weapon because it's like
Ridiculous.
well, it's far more destructive than anything else because it just resets the map.
chunk where it
Mm.
explodes. Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice defended base you've got there. Oh, well, it's all gone, including your modular force field that was in that chunk, and everything else, all your crates, all gone.
Yeah.
Look at
we
these nice
eaten?
rocks.
Who have we got in on this?
So it's us four, and I've got my friend Josie and Shannon. Who
Us four. Oh, yeah, we are.
Mathing with
Maths
Andy.
is not my
He's
strong
pro at mathing.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I know I'm behind. There's a camera between us, but
No, I was more going off that there's only 3 of us painting.
all shots
Andy with
fired.
the banter cannons.
Why did you eat her so much?
That was Forestry Bears.
Yeah, short range. Right. I found a potentially suitable paintbrush. It's not suitable. It's too big, but I'm going to use it anyway.
Well, what are you doing? You just like throwing a base colour down?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Just get a beast brush and be fine.
Just pour the paint
Less
on.
brush strokes.
Yeah, so no regen missiles because it's just a dick move. And try, if you're going to use lava as a weapon, like actually set it as a hidden trap. Don't just dump a bucket of lava over the top of someone's base, because that's just fucking up.
Come out of your base now.
I built a moat around your base.
Well, this is it. You can put spike traps and stuff around other people's bases, and they like 3 bars of iron and 3 bars of iron, 3 bits of cactus makes 6 spike traps.
Something like that.
Yeah. They're awesome. But yeah, so it's us. Basically, it's us 4, and then if Jonesy and Shannon jump on, they'll jump on. But I think Jonesy's up for it. But I don't know. I know Shannon can't make it on the first day.
So other people will be along at some point, maybe.
But we'll have to. I'm going to keep trying to recruit people because we need to sort of like balance out teams slightly.
Yeah.
No, we put them on one team.
Just do what we did in Northgard, put all the scrubs on one team, and the pros on the other team. And then laugh. Having good times, weren't they, Stephen?
Yeah, brilliant.
Especially when we were on the scrub team.
Yes, Ben and Andy.
Dick move, guys. Dick move.
I like that we're being blamed for random mechanics. Didn't do it on purpose.
Bullshit.
You think I chatted up the server using my technical
Did you?
skills?
No, you two just went, we're on scene 1.
Yeah.
Your 0s and 1s look really nice.
Yeah.
What was I trying to do?
Yeah, so at the moment it's 5 players, so
It's fine, it'll be me and Ben.
yeah, well, I have to say, Jonesy has already told me that he has no idea what's going on and he's just going to mine. Which,
Right, you need a hard working miner.
well, I was going to say, between me being distracted by everything,
Ben was literally saying how he hates the mine in Minecraft, so I'm guessing that's going to be on
So,
Ben's team.
no, put on the other team's Ben. For a laugh.
make me mine.
It's the name of the game.
No, it's called Craft. Bugger all of this mining.
It's called Craft Mine.
Actually, bugger all of this. It's called Vaults, and it's about firing missiles at each other.
But you have to make some missiles.
But yeah, so the good thing about using this mod pack is that apart from the fact that I just rewatched Vaults because Fallon reminded me of it when we were talking about the Red Basketball. Also, you know, I miss Sips.
Well, he still streams now, just on Twitch.
Honestly, I haven't looked at any Warcast stuff.
At the moment, it's all Planet Zoo.
Neither did I, but it was then I was like, Sips exists. And I was like, I'm going to watch Sips again. And he's playing Planet Zoo, and it's probably the most frustrating yet hilarious thing I've ever seen.
Sometimes use a vacuum when it's tortoise.
I literally sat there and watched him play around with rocks for about 6 hours just to build like a bear enclosure. I'm like, wow. That's what my life has
Meanwhile,
come
like
to.
all his tapirs died. And
Yeah. But Planet Zoo looks good. So, yeah.
I think Joe also looks good. Steve Headcam.
Was it just on his
The
phone?
one that's just looking at Steve.
To be fair, this is what happens. But normally, when I'm concentrating on painting, it's just like the hat cam.
Headcam.
Of course, it
No,
doesn't happen.
no, Headcam.
Well, it doesn't. Yeah, that's the point. Isn't it? It doesn't
Hat
happen very often because I don't concentrate on the painting.
I did want to say something, but I thought I'd be overstepping my boundary there.
Or are you going to make a joke about me not painting?
Yeah. I mean, come on, you're not actually doing anything.
No, I'm not. I enjoy the company. You know? Plus, I get to play around with the stream, which is, you know.
You get to play around with your stream.
Second
Gay.
topic then, Ben. What's the second topic?
What do you mean? Minecraft isn't a good enough topic?
It is a great topic.
It is a great topic, but yeah. Fan and Andy can lose. Oh, I saw that face.
Me lose. They're going to DDoS you.
Bring it on.
Win while you lag.
Good monster spawn and put it in their base. I heard you like creepers around here.
Where are these creepers coming from?
No, you know what you do? It's like
It's a
Death by
nice
Thousand
base you have
Cuts.
there.
You do like
Shame
tiny,
if something were to happen to it.
tiny zombies.
Oh, they're a pain in the ass, they are.
Spiders. They're little like.
Wait. No, actually, you can do it, can't you? Because
I
if you
don't
use
really
a silk touch pickaxe, you can take the small, annoying spider ones from the.
The cave spiders.
Yeah, sorry, it's trying to remind myself what vanilla Minecraft is actually like. Yeah,
It's too cool for vanilla Minecraft.
Oh no, all we play is modded.
Yeah, well, I love the skybox challenges as well. I get distracted by them.
I've never done one of those, but they went quite far.
Oh, the skybox challenges. It's so fun to the point that you get really frustrated.
Yeah.
You go,
See-
what's the next thing I need to complete?
We got to
Or
the
you
point
throw it off
where
the
we
edge of the
had
map.
automated production facility that would create everything we needed from cobblestone. But it got to the point where everything was so expensive that we couldn't advance any further.
Well, you know, the one I was playing recently was the Greg block one, which is based on Greg Tech,
Yeah.
which basically takes even
Greg.
the basic. Yeah, Greg. It's a mod pack made by old Greg.
I know, it's just
Oh,
Fallon
gosh.
thinks back to Big Mouth. And
I can't read, but I don't know how to read, but I
Read
can
back.
read a room. Greg.
at Jesse's bar mitzvah.
For the
All the Jews get in a line.
So be careful what you say, Steve. That would get clipped and taken out of context.
yeah.
Well, bollocks.
I know you're only quoting Big Mouth, but
Adolf Steve.
Adolf Steve.
Well, when the police turn up.
Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, Greg.
Greg Tech.
Yeah, Greg Tech. Even the recipe for putting a block of wood in your crafting table only produces 2 planks instead of 4.
Yeah.
So like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's good though. It's just, yeah, you have to really push your way through some of the challenges in that.
Push.
We're not children.
We are all children in the eyes of God.
Or the Emperor.
Or the God Emperor.
Which certainly, he definitely thinks we're all children. Doesn't even let us make our own minds up about magic and shit.
Rucksack equipment. Gone but not forgotten.
When you're that lazy, you want to paint your boat.
Where is
Magnus did nothing wrong.
the-
It's true, he didn't.
This is a topic we've discussed before, isn't it?
Every week, I'm pretty sure we discuss this topic.
That's a Chaos player.
Or Ben, just a straight up Thousand Suns blow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about Araman. Magnus can get the fuck out.
It has majestic plumage.
He does. In fact, the Heresy model is lovely.
Have you actually got yours painted yet?
No.
Oh, I don't know why I asked that question. Of course you haven't.
So how's the Heresy campaign actually coming along?
It's quite fun. Well, have you done your third game yet, see?
Yeah, apart from the fact that I played it at 900 points rather than 1,000. Oh no, wait, that was against
Handicap
Nick.
yourself.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been able to win because the deployment screwed me over, but no, I'm playing a 1,500 point game tomorrow.
Excellent stuff. What am I doing? Oh, boats tomorrow. Yay.
How did you forget?
Yeah, I know. I've been quite excited
You've
about it.
even got 2 of them out in front of you.
I know. I don't think I'll get these 2 finished by then, Mike.
Well, mine ain't going to be finished.
Right.
I'll tell you that
I
now.
was going to go and actually put the thing that we're live up rather than, just leave it. Because I got distracted because we were 5 minutes late.
Because
5 minutes late.
when don't you get distracted?
Yeah. Brain fart.
Fart brain.
Fart brain.
Sounds funny.
It's a miracle I hear the church bells.
I can hear
It's
it.
Monday. They do them every Monday.
Some people try and sleep.
Mm.
Can I make a complaint to the Church of England?
You could do. I think they would probably tell you to get the fuck out.
I was
Probably
waiting
in
for that.
slightly more polite terms though. 'cause
I was
it's
waiting
very-
for that to be. You could complain to them, but it's actually the Vatican you need to raise it with.
No, I thought it is C of E. It's a lovely big church here in Leeds. But yeah, they will tell you to get the fuck out.
They don't know shit.
Yeah.
Do you believe in God? No. Get out. Don't care.
Get the fuck out.
In fact, even if you believe in God,
Yeah. Get that shotgun.
Who is God?
which God do you believe in?
Where's my test?
The God Emperor.
I don't believe in God Emperor.
Uh,
He's not my God.
depends on what kind of models I picked up.
I believe in Nurgle. He's my God.
And you would be wrong.
You would say that. Loyalist.
Traitorous piece of scum.
Loyalist scum. Blueberry in a suit of armour.
Oh shit, son. Murdered by words.
See what happens if you microwave a space marine, ultramarine.
You saw the GW Ashford store before it got reworked? That's what I think it looks like.
Oh,
Too soon, man. Too soon.
It's actually really nice in there. Have you been in there yet?
no,
It
no.
feels
massive.
massive. They could fit another 2 tables in there and still feel like there's loads of space.
It's good.
That is good because it did feel like there was a reasonable waste of space
Yeah.
when you looked at the store next to it. And
Well, it's gained
the back of
space
it.
where they've expanded
They've
it.
pushed it back well far. And where there is a
Puke ships.
press the button. Yeah.
It is a gross colour, I'm going to be honest.
He's going to get a wash.
Okay.
looks like it's coming cat's ass.
Oh, that should,
Carly's poop does not look that colour.
that should be the next
It looks
subject.
more like that colour there.
Something would be wrong. It's not that colour.
It's definitely the next.
Why are we talking about this?
Next subject is how awesome are cats?
I would take a bullet for my 2 cats. I've only had them 2 weeks, but I'll take a bullet.
It's like I have to say I have almost like because I'm so used to only being on my Instagram and not Warcast one. I do keep going. Oh no, this is the Warcast one because people will say Warcast gaming has like cats.
She's so cute though. Well, they both are.
Like Luna and Pixie.
Yeah.
We nearly brought cat treats with us today. And we were going to steal your cats.
We need to. We really. I've been saying it for ages. So there's when we first moved in, we had this PC in the front room, and we got like a really shit, like 20 quid PC desk for it.
Mm.
And every time I look at it, I'm like, that's really shit. That has to go because there's nothing on it anymore.
No.
'Cause
It's in here.
it's in here. So we've been talking about what we were going to put there, and Louise is constantly telling me that I have far too many books, so I need to get rid of some of the books. They're like, I don't understand getting rid of books. You accumulate
can't,
books, you don't
yeah.
get rid of them.
That pains me to hear.
But yeah, so originally it was going to be a bookshelf there, and I'm just like, no, it's going to be a cat tree. It has to be a cat tree now, especially since I've seen your one. I'm like,
Oh my
yeah,
god, that
they-
majestic cat tree.
I mean, Pixie and Luna won't do anything. They'll like climb up and just fall asleep in a spot, but
That's what Kiana's does now, doesn't she? She just climbs right to the top and she's like, I'm going to survey my kingdom from here. And then
falls
sleeps.
asleep, whereas her sister just sleeps on the sofa.
Or I sit
Or-
down for
or in your
5
lap if you're there.
seconds and fall asleep on my lap for the next 2 hours.
oh, you are honoured.
I know.
Except for when he wants to get up and paint.
Or pink,
Yeah.
or anything. Then you have to feel guilty.
When they start starting fights with things. It's like your hand.
Sitting there with my arms crossed, I'm just feeling swipes at my thumb going, is that fun? Apparently so.
Yeah, I looked at my thumb earlier and went, holy crap, they've savaged my thumb.
Welcome to Warcast Cat Talk.
Thank you.
Oh.
We were going to talk about games, and then we didn't. It was a catastrophe.
Oh.
How has this gone so wrong? I've just got more pain on my
I
hand.
thought you were talking about the chat. How we descended to puns. Because I've been watching Sips and Sheena, they're just puns.
Tons of damage.
She's indecent.
Welcome to Warcast dad jokes. Not a single dad to be seen.
But many jokes.
Two cat dads though.
Yeah.
Why was 4 to? Why didn't 4 ask out 5?
And here goes the 10th time I've heard Stephen use this joke.
It's 2 squared.
Get out.
Sorry, it's funny.
Right. Subjects. No, I'm just saying subjects, you know.
Oh, you
Bad
call your
jokes.
us your
Don't
subjects.
address me as your subject.
Loyal subjects. You know I gathered you all here.
Whoa, I'm not expecting any loyalty here.
Kill the youngling.
Like you think we're slightly chaotic.
Order 66?
67.
No,
Order
order
69.
65.
Order 69 for Steve.
Order 65, I think, should have been the one that they carried out.
Oh, I thought we just gone into a Chinese restaurant. Or Wagamama's. Do numbers off Wagamama's, wasn't it?
Wagamama's serving up their raw salad.
It was like in Iceland. In Iceland,
I still think that's
they're like Chinese ready meals have all just like got numbers on them, like number 83 and stuff.
No, really?
As well as having the name. But what if? Why do they give them numbers when surely not every Chinese restaurant that uses numbers uses the same numbers for the same food?
I know.
I think they might just be theming stuff.
I'll have a number 69
Of course you
because I'm charged.
Yeah, it turns out to be like, you know,
Can't test.
Probably something I won't eat.
oysters and black bean sauce.
Andy, the least
No, it's-
adventurous person at a Chinese restaurant.
Was that rice and curry sauce?
Plain boiled rice and curry sauce. It's not even egg fried rice.
Well, I have chicken chow mein curry sauce.
Only recently, that was a recent development. And I was like, Andy, you need to eat something else. You need to branch out.
No! You're like cat.
Yeah. You're like
You're like,
Try this.
Don't
how not bow to you, Karen.
Then I wish to see your manager.
I want to see your manager. Take it to Graham. I want to see your manager.
I am your manager. No.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, where is
Balance that cross. Balance that cross are being painted.
Yeah.
Right, we got that. Copy this.
So are my puke boats.
They do look like puke.
Poor boats.
Are they going to get a wash?
And a
Yes.
scrub.
Scrub it up.
And he's not talking about the boats.
No. So have you got a list of topics, Ben? Or
No.
it's
Don't,
getting right
don't make it sound
Oh,
like I'm
God.
prepared for anything ever.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You know, we do have a slightly organic flow between topics here. Normally, we start talking about one thing, get massively distracted by something else, and just sort of like pinball between topics.
This
So
is a good
speaking
point.
of anticlimactic moments, Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah, I think we should. So,
Just let everyone rebase their models to round bases, and then we'll bring back square bases.
I mean, the thing is, because I never played Warhammer Fantasy. Like, I'm not exactly like,
Raging over it.
yeah.
Off the look of it,
But I feel excited for the people that will be excited for it. I mean, obviously, people got really angry with AOS, so you know they've got something now. But I'm just curious as to how this is going to work because you've killed the world, so you can't really progress the story anymore. Surely, I'm just wondering. Actually, are they going to basically do this like?
End times never happened.
No, I reckon it could be Fantasy's the 30k and AOS is the 40k. Like they're going to transition it.
Oh,
that
what,
way.
double game systems for
pre
Yeah.
pre-end times and post-end times.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
I have to say, I used to love reading all the White Dwarf battle reports about the old Warhammer Fantasy Battle. And don't get me wrong, if I tried to play it, I would have not had a clue what I was doing. But I used to love reading it, and like, you know, the tactical element of it was pretty cool.
I love battle line stuff. Like, it's one of my favourite ways of wargaming, but there's hardly anything that does it anymore.
Black Powder is currently 33% off on the. Well, you've got loads, but
I've got loads. I
it's
don't.
currently 33% off on the Warlord Games website.
Yeah, I do love Black Power, but it's only really me and Mike play it. And Peter has some, but I haven't had the chance to pop round Pete's in ages.
And doesn't really come to club that much.
He doesn't come to club that much, no.
Mind you, there might be a reason for that.
Yeah.
Struggles to get there.
Does often require a lift or something.
Yeah. And apart from those guys, no one else really plays it. And again, it's one of those ones you'd have to have. Well, you've got the other guys in the pub who all play sort of more historic stuff, but they want to play Sharp's Practice.
Yeah, they play sharp, don't they?
And it's not battle line stuff. I want to play battle line stuff. It's one of the reasons why I love playing Titanicus. I love playing like naval games because it has a similar style element. You are moving the whole thing with facings and being attacked from certain directions is worse. I love that kind of gameplay, and you just don't really get that out of 40k or AOS really.
Battlefleet Gothic.
Battlefleet Gothic is good, but again,
Commander.
well, I've got Firestorm down there, right at the bottom behind Vader.
Oh, that's what I fucked it.
We got Custodian Sloth in the chat again. Sci-fi Smurf ?
Sci-fi Smurfs.
Sci-fi
I mean, the
Smurfs.
blue one.
Yeah, well, you're on the main screen at the moment, Steve.
This
so-
is very true.
I think you should green stuff a little white hat.
A white hat.
Yeah, some red trousers. Make Papa Smurf.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Or Goodman, Smith it.
I suppose Gilliman would be Papa Smurf, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then your
What,
brain could be Smurfette.
what do you think, Custodian Sloth? Do you think Steve should green stuff a Smurfette for his
Gentlemen.
for Gilliman?
The thing is, you said Smurfette, and I instantly thought like a blue squat. Like a blue rattling.
I was going to say rattling.
Yeah, a blue rattling to go with your Smurfs, so there's now like detachment. And they can eat all your las packs.
See, this would be funny if I didn't already own a box of Ratlings.
I remember when
The best part of that whole rattling eating Laz patch thing was someone actually did the maths on how many calories it was.
Is your T-shirt Gilliman blue?
I'd probably call that ally top blue. It's
It's
not quite dark enough to be McCrag.
Has he
No,
got
it's
more
not.
highlights on it than Steve's models? That's good.
Yes, there are shadows on my shirt.
You should have seen Steve when he bought a pot of Drucci Violet earlier. I'm like, that's not contrast. He told me to shut up.
What?
Yes, I bought a
You
shade.
could have bought made of purple.
What?
Won't buy contrast because he bought shades recently.
What are
Continues
you
to buy
Drucci
shades.
Violet on though? I'm
It's for
curious.
the melt
Heat
burn.
effects for the melters, las cannons, and
Oh,
that's-
okay, so
I knew
not
what it was
actually
for,
to be used as
but-
a shade.
Yeah.
No, it's to do one specific thing.
It's to prime his models white and wash them in Drucci Violet. And now he has Emperor's Children.
What's the Nash? Just the Nash in general.
There's Emperor's Children. Because
Why do you always abuse me for playing Blue Space Marines?
you play the poster boys.
Yeah.
If you play Stormcast Eternals on AOS, I'd abuse you just as much.
Or maybe more.
But only if you play what are the Stormhammers? What are the main guys called?
It's Hammers of Sigmar.
Yes.
isn't it?
Hammers of
The
Sig-
blue and gold ones. The Smurfs.
So are you in between too? But you got the Helden Hammers.
Yeah, but they're black and gold.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Custodian Sloth says Iron Hands are poster boys.
Well,
Iron
that's if they
Hands
got their
can go
codex.
fuck themselves.
Iron Hands are poster boys for people who can't be bothered to paint their models and just spray them with their
And want to win at the game.
I will just buy loads of dreadnoughts, prime them silver, and leave it at that.
And if I really wanted to, I could then go and play them as Grey Knights. Because nobody's ever said that.
Baby cage. Although the new baby cages are coming.
Oh, the Invictus Warsuits.
No, penitent.
Oh,
Oh,
Penitent
yeah.
engines.
Yeah, they actually. This is probably the only baby cage that looks good, though. Other than the really, really tight fitting baby cage.
You said tight fitting. I don't know where it's
Centurion.
going. I love the Centurion.
I do.
No, the models.
They got such grief when they first
Primaris
came out.
Centurions?
Ugh, get out.
They already look primary.
It's aggressors, basically, isn't it? Basically aggressors.
Yeah, because that's it.
The Centurions are aggressors, but better.
Yeah, well, yes. I think aggressors are kind of like they're somewhere between the Centurion and the Terminator. That's kind of their.
Primaris Terminator.
Ultramarines are gimps.
Sure. I'll take it.
Oh,
Straight to the point.
if someone had told you back when you were 9 and you started collecting Ultramarines that you were going to get abused your entire 40k career, would you have chosen a different chapter?
Yes, but I think I would have done.
Are you hard committed to it now?
You've committed too long.
The problem is,
I have too many blue Space Marines to
At this
paint,
point-
strip and repaint.
At this point, if you change chapter, people would be like, "Yes, we broke him."
Yep. Yes, but I'm pretty sure they would celebrate that they got me to change, so I'm holding fast.
the problem is they're not the only chapter that gets this. Dark Angels, heretics, Blood Angels, all pretty space vampires.
Yep.
Space Wolves, orphan. Sorry,
I like
no,
the way-
wait, no, that's my hatred.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not a well-known thing, is it?
It's cute puppies. Fallon's pure Fenrisian Wolves army list.
Yeah.
Narrative, obviously.
Ooh, Xiphon Interceptors look crap as Ultramarines.
You can go fuck yourself because I've got one of them.
I was going to say, Steve, do you own a Zyphon?
Yeah, I fucking do.
How does it look, Stephen, upon reflection?
It's great.
Is it finished painted though?
It's pretty close to finished.
Yeah.
I just need to do the heat effect on the
blue.
heat effect on the las cannons. And I might need to get a new canopy for it because it
Like all cans.
thinged
Is
up
it
when it was
frosted?
super glued up. That's what I was doing, frosted up.
Needs some PVA in there.
Do you know what does look better than his Xiphon Interceptor?
My destroyers.
Well-
Good boys.
Your Helldrake?
That I don't have.
Because Helldrake.
I need a Helldrake.
I own that then.
I don't have one. Although,
If you get out your
what I can
super
use is-
shiny red fucking Lamb
That's
Raider,
cool.
you can go screw yourself.
No, I was just thinking of my super shiny red Xiphon.
Wait, you've got one in red?
Yeah, it's in one of the boxes. I haven't painted anything apart from the base coat though, but it still beats your one because it's.
Was it to be a
Not
1,000
blue.
sun?
Go f yourself.
It is 1,000 Suns one, yeah.
I think a World Eaters, like Heresy era World Eaters one, could look quite cool.
Yeah.
I do like their look.
It's just ultras flipped.
With more
Custodian,
gold.
Custodian,
Added steps,
No,
basically.
white and blue.
Custodian Sloth says he played Iron Warriors first.
So you're steadfast then, and now you got your codex. It's a paid
No,
off.
Iron Warriors, as in the Chaos, not Iron Hands.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm worried the hazard stripes.
They are, and they're a beautiful
Oh,
army
they
if
are,
they're done
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
If those hazard stripes are
Those-
done well, they are
You
stunning.
I remember at
demon engines
Canterbury. Do
everywhere.
you remember that Canterbury one where they had all the hazard
Someone
stripes
had
on?
them, I can't remember
That's
who.
good.
I just think of,
Iodine
is it
hands.
Beard's army on Tabletop Tactics? Yeah, it is Beard's.
Yeah.
Beard always played Iron Warriors.
Yeah.
I
They-
love his army. It looks amazing, and he
They
always
can
does like,
look-
the thematic side of it, and that he's always got vehicles and demon engines.
They cut his beard off, which
He
confused
did
me.
cut his beard off, yeah.
I say,
Scary times.
done right, they can
Yeah.
look so good.
Mm.
Although, they were led by Portobello Mushroom.
You know.
I was working on another one to go and sort of go alongside his Dark Mechanicum, which also look awesome.
This is the
Yeah.
second time I've heard Dark Mechanicum today.
Yeah, I almost wonder if it was the same
What was the
person we were
first
talking
time?
to earlier.
Ah.
Was Alex working on some?
Well, he's
Let's
waiting for
talk
them to
about
come
it.
out, but we were chatting about Heresy earlier on.
Were you in the store by any chance?
Funny enough, we were.
He was working.
I do need to go in. I haven't been off at the weekend, so I haven't been anywhere.
Well, they're open 7 days a week now.
Yeah.
And if you want to see
Oh,
Alex, you probably want to go Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, which
I
actually
thought.
would work because that's when I'm off next. Although I would like to meet the new manager.
Yeah.
Funny enough, that's the reason we went
We
there.
went in
but-
there to say hi and get to see him, but then we saw Alex and we're like, oh, say hi to Alex and chat with Alex.
So there's also Tabletop Tactics don't paint their own armies.
No,
C
C Studios
Studios.
do it. If you want to paint my army, C Studios, you're welcome.
Yeah, I think when you have as many
That looks good. Then.
viewers as Tabletop Tactics, you
You don't
Their
have
new
to pay
studio
no-
is banging.
Yeah. Just follow on my Instagram earlier and literally just instantly got pictures of painting, so it does look something.
Pardon me.
Oh, so what subject should we talk about?
I was gonna say, yeah, I will have a fancy. You sort of went no.
Yeah, I think the thing is though, I think if one have fancy at this point, it's too early to call them.
Well, that's the thing. It's like what 3 years down the line, I've heard people
Potentially,
throw it,
yeah.
yeah.
But that's what it says on the website.
And I think that the big thing with something like that, the timing is just so.
It's weird.
Yeah, just after you fight the last army, other than the Phtonians, that hasn't had its replacement of at least some sort. I mean, yeah, Wood Elves haven't got a proper replacement yet.
This is about.
Silvernet.
Yeah, but that's why I sort of said sort of. But we've seen that they are going to get it because they've had the Warcry models previewed.
Mm.
Oh,
I think
fair
it's
enough.
Warcry. No,
No,
Shakespeare.
you're about Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Shakespeare,
Or Beast, whatever.
Beast Cry or what? Beast something.
Because we were talking about. Who were we talking to the other day about it?
I just think
What's his name?
Uh,
Twisted Cauldron.
Tim.
Tim. Yes, we were talking to Tim the other day when he came to club about like Shakespeare and all of that. Realised we were playing it wrong.
Yeah, this is
He explained to us that actually we were playing it wrong, and he went, "Oh, actually, maybe that's why we didn't like it so much."
yeah.
You know, you can't actually one-shot someone in a round of combat.
oh, okay.
It turns out when you hit someone, you just hit someone. You don't hit them that many times.
You don't
as
hit them
you
for
roll
every
it.
success you rolled. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's not like 40k AOS
Yeah.
where every hit results in a wounding process that results in damage. It's this is how many times you get to chance to hit them, and then you're capped to.
Because also, I think you roll defense. Only if you cancel it out, then that's when you don't take any damage. So
Or if you roll a critical defense and they don't roll any
crits.
crits, then you
Oh.
automatically block.
Does Grant says nice Ultramarines.
They are beautiful models, and I've decided that 3 years being undercoated black was long enough for me to decide that they should be painted.
To be fair, the shield on that is cool.
They are.
I do.
They're
like
beautiful.
the shield.
All I'm pretty sure 4 out of the 5 shields in the squad are different as well.
Oh,
So
very nice.
there is some variation to the
are they
squad
your
as well.
bodyguards?
But they make much better bodyguard in 40k when you can give them storm shields, rather than 30k when you're stuck with combat with boarding shields at 5 up save.
Assuming that's what you're playing it for, Heresy.
And
Body shields is this black too?
Custodian Stuff has said Tim McDonald, great guy, long live Twisted Cauldron.
Woo! Because last time you'd seen Tim was the little Comic Con.
Yeah, first and cool.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I think I played him at last one of Kev's tournaments I went to.
Oh, there's just summons.
Did you mention that?
Because he said he moved to Ashford, I think, didn't he, recently? So he's sort of.
Oh no, it was the time
No, he
before
works in
that,
Ashford.
because he'd got a really nice Imperial Fist army, and it was before the latest Spaceman Codex, and I was shocked because it was my Death Guard Chaos Knight list, and suddenly stuff was actually dying to Bolterfire. I was like, what the hell's happening? And it's because the Imperial Fists, I'd ignored them completely, but they actually had a load of really nice stratagems. So it was like being, I don't know, like really high AP bolt guns. What is this?
He's
It's
just
Tinder.
banning your I'll be back rolls and most you don't
Well,
get it
yeah,
on.
Death Guard though, so we weren't going to go anywhere anyway.
Because Tim was saying like if we ever want a game of it, give him a shout.
That's the thing, now I know I'm playing it wrong, it would probably be worth trying it again.
Going back to it. But to be fair, there are some of the factions you really like the look of. Like you really like the the little goblin ones where he's got the big ogre and his little like shrooms and stuff.
That's the thing. They don't want nice models.
Yeah, the little factions are amazing.
Drizagant says, awesome models, shame they suck.
I'm actually going to agree with that because they do.
But he's
1
not-
wound models, 2 up save, 5 up invulnerable. No, 6 up invulnerable, 5 up in combat.
No.
The only way you ever get them across the board and in combat to do their actual role of defending your HQ is stick them in a land radiant charge at the front of it. Walk them across the board, they die.
That's very bad for a space marine. A 5 up invuln.
Mm-hmm. But I think in
Is that
Heresy,
demons are calling.
in Heresy, storm shields technically don't exist.
Mm.
So you can't give them a 4 up because that's an Iron Halo, which is a captain level equipment. And the only step down from that is a 5 up.
Right, got it. Dr. Grizigant, is that correct? Dr.
It's just that we
Grizigant.
learnt that Ben can't say things.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Ben's dyslexia.
hi.
is-
I'm dyslexic. I also am rather special. So, yeah.
Now I feel bad.
Username. I don't feel bad.
You called him out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, scumbag Andrew.
Dr. Grizigant has also said, what is everyone else painting?
I am.
Fallon is painting this lovely little tree.
And little dab here and little
My Bob
friends.
Ross impression.
You got the hair.
Yeah, I got the hair for it. I am painting some destroyers, and hopefully when I get bored of that, I'll do my cryptic as well. Maybe this. Can we see that? I don't.
Over there.
Yeah, sort
You
of.
might want to get closer.
I'm also quite blind though, so here you go. That's what I'm painting at the moment.
And obviously, Steve is painting his Ultramarines there.
That Fallon, you're on.
Oh no!
You've got white paint on down your sleeve.
Oh, this is fine. There you go. There's Annie's.
I'm not painting that though. He's here.
He's here for moral support.
Yeah, I've totally got.
He's
paint
here to be here to be with the other.
on.
Very naughty.
I'm literally.
Did you put your elbow
She
in the
put her
paint?
elbow through the grey fibre.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I'm painting some third rates for
Did you
Warlord
say
games.
painting?
He did. Stop correcting him.
I'm sorry, it just stood out to my ears. I had to
I'm
clarify.
painting.
Did
That's
you get
right.
that right?
He's now questioning everything he says because of you.
Give him a complex.
I don't get complexes. I give other people complexes. What is this?
And he plays reverse card.
I've activated my trap card.
Yeah, some third rates for Warlord Games Black Seas.
I'm still looking at that going, you sure that's the third rate? But no, it definitely is because I can see the first rate from here.
I'm also wearing a hat.
Are you
Go on
just-
then, Annie. Tell everyone what you're painting.
Painting.
It's Andy, he doesn't paint anything, he looks at it, sits there looking at
That sucks on too.
But yeah, we all pick on Steve so no one notices.
That's great, you didn't hear me fucking my word.
Oh, I did, I just wasn't going to say anything.
I am also painting Black Seas. Da-da-da. So that's my first rate. And I've got a couple of third rates sitting down here. Ta-da! But I have left my decks and all my sails and everything off for painting. I'm sort of painting bit by bit, so I've got a couple of decks that I've painted brown.
You don't want
They
to
will.
mispronounce that.
Got a couple of dicks I've painted brown.
Alright, you just come out and said it.
I've got to own it.
Fair.
Tempted by a bit of cake.
Yeah, I want some.
Have you seen Steve done an Andy Birchfield?
What?
To be fair, Steve is like an honorary Andy Birchfield. He does every stream. He does this.
Does what?
This is all dry, isn't it?
Yeah, I ain't touched it.
Fuck, it's heavy.
Yes.
Right.
Resin.
Oh,
So, how strange. So, right, we have lovely painted front, lovely painted sides, lovely painted back. Completely forgets the rear end.
It's because it's all been done by hand. So, I've been working on it.
I'm not going to raise that because it's underneath. No one's ever going to look at it. It's just, no, I was just staring at it. I was
I
like,
have to admit, I was going to raise it.
that's an
I was
Andy,
gonna say, I'm totally look at that.
that's an Andy Birchfield. paint most sides, but leave one side empty, unpainted.
So what was out in case I decided that I'd had enough of this single model that I was painting. That I would do
It's like,
some.
throw me some glue, I'll just paint it from here.
Let's find the 4 hours later sign for
Look.
you, shall we?
Something like that.
Put some blue paint in his belt and he'll just
Is
fit
that
it
going
out.
on the soundboard?
4 hours later. Yes, it will.
Sorry.
I'll try to use, but pay this.
Oh god, what's been said?
Dr. Gruzant said, Gruzgant said, looks like it's more painted than what you have.
Oh shit!
Oh, shots are being fired!
True.
You're still just doing nothing.
I'm waiting for paint to dry.
It fucking dries!
Yeah,
Dry
but
that 10 minutes ago.
these two need another couple of coats.
We'll give them another couple of coats then.
Well, here is
Distraction
excuses.
tactics. Distract you.
What, abuse the people that are actually painting
Yeah.
to cover up the fact that you're not?
I haven't eaten a toothbrush yet. I can't
You
say
haven't
paintbrush.
eaten
I can't say paintbrush.
No one gets inside my head.
Toothbrushes, apparently.
Welcome
Put
to
your arms
Warcast.
above your head. Are you having a stroke? No, okay then.
Yeah, put your hands above your head. I don't want you having a stroke in here.
Me have Sturk.
Stirk.
Sturk.
Well, that's speech. I've got face and arms.
We got a. Ferris isn't the only one who looks like he's lost his head. UKK Hun, which is from Custodian Sloth. What's the point? Oh, I think Ian's gone quiet. Ian, why have you gone quiet on us?
Ian 6 going dark.
Oh, Fallon.
So, as we have a couple of people in the stream chat now, is there any subjects that you think we should discuss? And is anyone else painting anything right now?
Because Andy definitely isn't.
And I am.
Yeah, if Ben's painting, you know something's gone really wrong.
It's only painting a mask.
Basically, Andy just pretending to put paint on his paintbrush and yeah, this is great.
Custodian Sloth, 0800 5644 162 Samaritans, number 4 for Ultramarines.
Steve, how do you feel?
Again, I'm going to lean into the abuse because nobody will break me and make me change army.
And
Challenge accepted.
the black, Paint It Black reference was actually to the song Paint It Black. There's Custodian Sloth said spray it black about the Land Raider. So I put in the chat, I saw a blue Land Raider.
Lando.
Yeah.
How's you watching Mandalorian?
Yeah, we're rewatching Star Wars in preparation for the next episode. 19th of December. Star Wars.
Yeah, I shouldn't make references because they're all really bad.
It's okay, we love you anyway, Ben.
I see a blue Smurf and I want to paint it black.
There we go. Paint its hand shiny silver.
No Smurfs anymore, I want them to turn black.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, Dr. Grisagant said Ultramarines are great, probably the best Legion, minus the fact that they're poster boys. And
Steve's got a fanboy.
yeah. This
Or
is,
girl.
He's found friendship.
This is rare. That
It
there is.
actually is.
But Custodian Sloth says, I have question.
Does he put the question or does he type it?
I'm hoping he's typing it, although at the same time I'm also slightly worried what Custodian Sloth's question might be.
I feel like we need to double down on the Ultramarine abuse now. We need to supercharge our plasma cannons.
They reroll the inevitable one.
Or not, because we're
Supercharge your,
chaos and we don't have all the rerolls.
supercharge your plasma cannon on a roll of 1, your entire army explodes in a fiery ball of death.
And blue.
But you can re-roll that.
Why do you spray your infantry but not the tank?
Very good question.
I actually can't answer that because
It doesn't
my other
like-
tanks I have sprayed. I don't know why I didn't spray this one.
Maybe you ran out of spray.
That is a distinct possibility because I have recently bought a new can.
I mean, all of my stuff gets somewhere between because I have the airbrush.
And
so
this is very dusty. I am fairly ashamed of
Well, I
that.
think you've started moving more towards airbrush and stuff now, haven't you?
Yeah,
Just
I'll
spraying it.
prime with an airbrush. And then
That being said, I would probably
Basically.
steal your airbrush to finish off the engines.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I just think it's you get better coverage with an airbrush for priming.
Yeah, and it also, being the cheap ass that I am, it's cheaper.
It's cheaper to pay like 10 quid for a big pot of Vallejo black primer.
Yeah, or like if you're doing a particular colour as well. It's the
Initial outlay though.
yeah. Well, yeah, you need every excuse to use it. That's the thing.
Well, I used it for my Great and Clean one.
Well, to be fair, the monolith, like, we just
The monolith
worked
was-
wonders for.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause what did I spray with that? I did all the blue
Yeah.
on it, didn't I? That worked out really well.
Ultramarine's blue clogs airbrushes due to inferiority. Well, guess which one of the two people said that one?
Not a clue.
Any chance do you think it might be, say, Custodian Sloth?
Yeah, I think it might be.
Dr. Grisagant said Zenith highlighting, which is another really good reason to use
Yeah.
an airbrush.
What did I do that on? Oh, our
Scenery.
Warcast scenery.
Yeah, the Warcast didn't work.
I can
Great.
tell you what I did. Every single individual Thousand Suns Heresy model that I own.
Jesus.
Yeah, every single one, because you do it as a copper first, then a gold Zenith highlight, and then you put the clear red over the top of it, and it looks sexy.
Don't get me wrong, those Thousand Suns are beautiful.
I can see him now, yeah.
Like, it actually hurts to kill them in a game. Like, there is the joke that you kill painted models first, but they are so good it's difficult to kill them. Like, you just want to leave them on the table. They are that good.
It's okay.
No.
I've broken loads of them off their bases recently, so not on purpose, just me being clumsy. So they don't look as pretty as they normally do.
With their Egyptian style bases.
Plus, if you look particularly closely at them and ignore the red shiny paint, which is quite difficult, then you'll see my normal standard painting on the guns and everything else. And,
Just distract with the shiny red.
yeah.
To be fair, it certainly does the job.
Let's go right for this.
Right,
Ah, weapon bronze.
oh, Magnus was completely wrong from Dr. Grisagant.
Oh, Ben, are you triggered?
No, because he's an Iron fanboy.
Yeah.
Yeah! You're aiming that comment at the wrong person there.
The only thing Ben thinks that Magnus didn't do wrong was getting involved with Zinch.
Oh, Rush should have torn his head off. Oh, that hurts both my legions.
Who?
Oh, Iron Hands. Iron Hands are 40k and Thousand Suns are my primary heresy army. Ferris, head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm on the page.
The reason why I want Fulgrim as a model, just because it helps both me and him.
And tentacles.
It's okay. There's going to be a fight in chat now. I'm sure Custodian Sloth is a fan of. Wow, what happened there?
Did somebody get banned?
This shelf is almost like Sam just leaves the army here.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know what happened to Dr. Grizz again. Oh, please refrain from using foul language.
Chicken.
Since I boob.
Yeah, should have.
Totally.
Tasteful side.
Yeah, yeah. So, sorry about that, Dr. Grisgant. The moderator is a bit iffy sometimes.
Yeah, Ben.
What? I've already dropped the stuff from earlier.
What, long paragraphs?
Yeah.
Can you write an essay in there now?
You can write an essay in there now.
Oh.
You don't have to write it in 3 pieces like I did the other night.
Oh, right, there we go. And should have shoved the head up Aramon's bum. From that, you can
I
guess.
guess that's
where-
an arse.
Yeah. Custodian Sloth says Magnus was a one-eyed saint. Yeah.
Magnus and his one-eyed trouser snake.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, Dr.
Oh,
Grisgant,
getting ya.
are we going to get some cackles?
No, she was like that. She was chuckling the painting. We're
Um,
going to get some bronze on some green there.
I hope not. 'Cause I'm
No.
trying to get rid of the greens on the bronze.
Nut.
Nut.
Custodian.
I was going to quote a certain
I
TV
don't,
show and then realised I probably shouldn't.
I don't know if I should.
Can we get some of those toe picks?
City part of town.
I don't know.
Soda supper.
I don't. So you're watching the recent ones.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, that's broken both of them.
Well, the next thing might break them a little bit. Custodian Sloth says, if anyone missed out on Sisters Box, I have 2 available for retail price.
You what?
Don't bring that up.
Don't.
And he's getting Vietnam flashbacks.
So how close were you to actually purchasing the box? Like,
Place order and pay.
One of the items in your basket is out of stock.
Yep. But I was lucky because I didn't have to deal with the website crashing, like a lot of people did. So at least I got that far. It's just that it failed at the last hurdle, which is sad.
Just like you do on a nightly basis.
he says he genuinely has 2.
Where is he and how quickly can Steve get to his? Well, wait, obviously not in his possession. Is he in the city part of town?
Custodian Sloth, how about you reveal who you are?
I'm going to stab this paintbrush into your eye socket.
So needs to be a.
Or city part of town? Because I'm not saying it properly because I don't want to get in trouble.
What was the shop that they were trying to get into town? The reason
Oh,
why-
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods, that was it.
They weren't flush enough for a Whole Foods.
I love South Park so much. In fact, if I could, that would just be the soundboard. Although YouTube would probably.
Screw you guys, I'm giving him.
Screw you guys.
Hey,
I'm
Ben.
American now.
Ben, do you like
I'm
fish
transgender.
sticks? Hey Ben, do you like fish sticks?
I am a genius rapper. The best of my generation. I am not a gay fish. Did you see that there was an article earlier today that Kanye West is trying to convert atheists
To what?
to Christianity?
Oh yeah, because he's become a Bible nut, hasn't he?
Yeah. My question with him is, I kind of get it, because there had to be some form of divine intervention to make his career happen. Custodian Sloth says, my name is Bobby.
Bobby
Bobby
G. Now, Custodian Sloth's anti-ultramarine, so it's clearly not Bobby G.
Is it Bobby Hall?
Is your name Bobby Hall, Custodian Sloth?
Can't reveal that under data protection act.
Ah, but if it's of his own accord, he can. Don't be quoting that shit to me.
No.
Damn it. Foiled again.
I don't know any Bobbies.
No, I don't either.
Halls. Bobby Halls.
Bobby Hall.
Dude, you're just Bobby.
First name Bob, surname B. Bobby.
Bobby B. Is he King Robert Baratheon?
He does have a beard to match.
An epic Viking beard. Oh, that's still wet.
Jesus isn't real, the ginger proves it.
That I'm going to agree with.
He has no soul.
Oh, fuck. Pew! That just dripped out.
The fact that I have no soul is exactly why I would survive being wizard.
No you don't, you play Raven Guard.
Poor confused follower.
I play Iron Hand. No, or not Iron Hand. Iron Hand.
Iron Hand. It's a bit
Iron.
like Keira Knightley in Pirates of the Caribbean, which is like fire.
What?
Have you not seen that? Final scene of World's End, Pirates of the Caribbean World's End, right? With the Black Pearl and the Flying Dutchman against the Endeavour. And all the captains shout fire, and then Keira Knightley says fire.
Seriously?
Yeah, honestly, watch it back.
Like Benedict Cumberbatch.
She screams
penguins.
fire.
Tingling.
Penguins.
Custodian soft. Iron Hand!
Only got one iron hand. Couldn't afford a second.
Oh. No, I'm happy with the chat. It's kicking off. It's not even 10 o'clock yet.
Well, it's not quite kicking off. There's no fights.
Yeah, there's no fights happening. I
Can you
don't know
two-
what about
Doctor,
Can you two start a fight club?
chefs.
First rule about Fight Clubs, you don't talk about Fight Club.
Dr. Grisgan and Custodian Soft, can you guys fight over, whether Magus is wrong or not? Because I know you're both on the other sides for this.
And Ben just wants you to fight for him.
Fight for this.
Servants.
Yes, fight for me.
Man filth.
Man filth. Bloody talks. I've not been playing Shadow War.
We totally haven't known each other all. It's glorious.
And I will totally agree with you because that game is amazing.
When you make one of your followers deranged, and he just starts going chop 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 chop,
Then he stabs you in the back.
and then he betrays you. When he betrays you, he pops up and goes chop 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 chop. You're like, all right, Gresha.
Oh, I'm very confused. I don't understand computer games on Minecraft.
It's because you're a basic bitch.
Explain your Stellaris prowess to us.
Yes!
And Northgard.
And Civ.
I like to.
Yeah, but
Right.
he still fucking annihilates me on it.
Right. Okay. So, what it is on a competitive level, my playstyle would lose horribly. But none of you attack me early on, which is where you need to attack me.
None of you are tactical enough to beat me.
Well, no one attacks me early on. If you don't attack me early on, I just focus on economy and don't build any units whatsoever, like the bare minimum just to survive.
You
And
build bears.
Well, that's not fair, because I can't build bears.
You can if you're the bear clan.
Criminal Filth need a Gilliman was that C-word T-shirt.
Criminal filth.
No,
Cradle
Filth.
Phil.
Oh.
It's
Like,
like,
who's
I'm wearing-
criminal filth?
Oh no, I'm not wearing
You're
a
not wearing
Criminal
it
Filth
today.
T-shirt. I'm wearing my Creeper T-shirt.
Your what t-shirt?
It's, Creeper's gonna creep.
Oh my god.
Do you have the Minecraft Lego sets?
I don't know. I kind of want them now that you've mentioned them. I have to say Bobby's Bobby and Chris's tournament in Birchington. I want to say Birchington. I went to a place. I don't know where it
Thanet.
is. Somewhere.
Yeah, I work up there.
Somewhere an hour plus away from here, which is well beyond my normal 4-minute drive. That's how long it takes me to get to work.
Spoil.
But yeah, I did wear a Cradle of Filth t-shirt with the Peace Through Sapphira firepower on the back of it.
Oh wow.
This is Warcast, not Stripcast. I was only showing my t-shirt.
And a
Oh,
nipple.
you didn't put the sexy music on to go with
And a
it.
tasteful side boob.
Oh, Dr. Rusgate said, I thought this was a wargaming stream, not a video game stream. This is true. We do get distracted by video games.
And
slightly.
everything.
And
We
everything.
About everything.
It has games in their name.
Yeah, occasionally.
Oh, what was that?
Somebody has liked /
Eden
subscribed.
Bridge is now following us. Thank you very much, Eden Bridge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Wow, because that was cringy as hell.
Dr. Cruz again and Bobby / Custodian Sloth. What are you guys up to tonight? Because the best way to keep us on topic is to tell us what stuff you're painting.
It's not to let them get derailed.
Yeah, not. Well, I didn't start talking about whatever that weirdy game where you like turn your followers into poor little man.
Shadow of War or Shadow of Mordor, depending which one you play.
Oh, it's Shadow of Mordor. So I
It's
didn't.
the sequel, Shadow of
Shadow
War.
of War
Yeah,
is a sequel.
yeah, okay, yeah, I know what game it is now. It does look very good.
See, now you can get on board with this chat.
No, I can't. I have to be good. I have to steer everything back to you.
Well, you are the captain with your sexy hat, so.
I am the captain.
I'm the captain now.
Look at me, look at me. I am the captain.
What's that? Detail or character?
Excellent. So,
Character brush?
Eden's Bridge says, I have my very first set of Space Marines. Dr. Grisgant says, you don't want to know, ...
Oh, now I do.
Yeah, well...
So what part are those Space Marines going?
Curiosity killed the cat, Steve.
Yeah. And... Yeah, Custodian Sloth is working on his Dark Mech. I have... As it is now revealed, it is Bobby. I knew it was Bobby. I didn't want to reveal that, you know, he likes being a bit of a troll, so...
As do you.
Oh, to be fair, we
as
knew that anyway.
And yeah, Bobby's Dark Mech stuff is coming on really nicely. That's what you're playing, oh god, this weekend, isn't it? Kev's next tournament.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the grand tournament as well. 2 days, 5 games. People keep dropping out and I really want to go and
I was
play.
going to say,
but I
I
have to
keep seeing people saying I can't make it now. I'm like, a bit quite fine.
Dr. Grisgant is painting Slanesh buttholes.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
Many people get behind that.
the new Keeper of Secrets, I mean, you can get right up the...
You get right in there, really,
you can get right in there, yeah.
really highlight the.
Really highlight the fleshy undertones.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, we've done creating King One nipples now, so now we can do the...
Especially
So-
undertones of Slanesh buttholes.
That's it, the slightly different coloured region of skin.
You already painted your Slanesh, have you?
Oh, I know, I've done, what was it, 20 of the demonettes.
Yeah, stuff
and-
painted.
So hold on,
Oh,
right?
Okay.
You got me to put magnets on the bases of all your demonettes and you still haven't painted
Well,
them.
that's just so I can take them to club and play with them unpainted. And
I am
upset,
betrayed.
and upset other people.
Was you betrayed at Cal?
You can shut up. Stupid word bearers.
Yeah, stupid word bearers. That's something we can all agree on. Yeah. Whereas at Eden's Bridge, what colour are you going to paint your first set of Space Marines?
Don't do it blue or you'll live through a life of abuse like I have.
Dr. Gridge again. There's some serious crack. Cover the nipples. I have class.
Have tasteful side boob instead.
Yeah.
Done.
I mean, tasteful side boob and reach around are probably the two most used things in the stream.
Don't start that again. That went horribly wrong the first time.
You learn from bad experiences though, Stephen. The reach
Yeah.
around will still happen. You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
What you gonna do?
Oh, apparently I lost that black. Yellow. Even. Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Grisgant has suggested that Eden Bridge paint them blue because blue is the best. Yeah.
Oh, I will agree, but people will abuse you.
Or there's a lovely, really dark blue shade that you could do with the little bat wings and little lightning bolts on them, and go for some Night Lords.
Ben, you should shut up.
We'll get Comrade Curve up in this shit.
Well, no.
Oh, don't get me wrong though, that model is very nice. Mind you, at this point, are we just trying to corrupt him into buying Forge Rod?
You know, just bin the Space Marine you got, just start again.
No. You keep the Space Marines you got and add Forge Rod, nothing but Forge Rod to it. You can then claim you've got some
Oh.
GW in your army.
Yeah, he has. Bobby sent me pictures of his
Oh, is that the cannon?
Dark Mechanicum.
Last.
So military is cool.
Well, I think this.
Tech
I think
heresy.
this is. Is this one meant to be cool? That's one of the models. I might have to run and get coffee.
It's a good shirt. Oh wow. I love it. I need that in my life.
I've just realised that not only does Steve's camera have just his head in the picture, but it's also got the camera lamp sitting in front of him as well.
Oh yeah.
This wouldn't happen if Ben was here.
Sorry?
This wouldn't happen if Ben was here. He would have told me off by now.
We were not allowed such shenanigans.
I miss Ben.
Anyone else want to see the Dark Mechanicum? If I lick the phone.
Yes, please, because I want to see this. And then I'm going to run off with his phone.
Oh, it's two different versions of the same one. Is that what you're saying, Bobby? Bobby, tell me what you're saying.
Can you trap down a well?
They are pretty cool. I like them.
I'm genuinely shocked that Bobby hasn't triggered the bot. Because you know we were talking about like Sam and myself swear every couple of words when we're
Yeah.
normally describing things.
Yeah.
Bobby also swears every couple of words.
It's easier to filter when you're typing though.
It is easy to feel when you're typing, yeah. Yeah, Dr. Grisgant, we normally have Warcast Bear with us, who is also named Ben, so we'll refer to him to Warcast Bear.
It got a bit awkward.
Um,
Confusing.
yeah, he's not with us this evening, as he had quite a long drive down. He's also coming down not this way tomorrow, but close to this way, so petrol would have been burnt up quite heavily there. And also we sometimes have Sam here with us, but it all depends on his shift.
Yes, unfortunately,
Alright,
he is subject to the whims of work.
yeah. As are we all, but it's my stream, so, you know.
Well, I won't
just-
mind.
Well,
First.
he works nights, so
Yeah, true.
Or
I mean,
can-
the closest thing I have to working night is 7 o'clock. But seeing as the stream starts at 7:30 and I can't pull my finger out to get it ready when I was already down here, yeah. Right, sent some more pictures. Oh yeah. I've seen some of these bits the other day.
So what can I should do again?
There you go.
Yeah.
There's 3 more pictures in the.
God.
Dr. Grisgout is saying it looks a bit small in the room for that many people.
I would agree. It does get a bit cramped.
It does get a bit cramped. Shall I?
No, I'm enjoying the camera.
I'm stealing the camera.
No, I'm enjoying the camera. Don't steal. I needed the light, you told.
I know this is breaching the contract rule, Fallon. You're going to end up with 2 cameras on you.
Ugh.
I now
That's going
cannot.
to add £8. Damn it.
So yeah, I mean
Each
That's-
one had 4.
that's my chair.
I think each
Ben
one
would
adds one.
normally be here. We can normally throw sort of 3 people over that side, and
Can I have my light back now?
I mean, to be fair, me and you are quite smushed together, where usually it's a bit more like distance.
You're normally on
I'm right on the end.
Right.
But that's cool. I like the little.
I can actually see what I'm painting again now. Oh, of course he's moved. Oh wow, that is abysmal. That is quite impressively
it
terrible.
needs to be close. It needs to be close to that. Yeah. Hang on.
That'll do.
It's probably going to have to be black, isn't it?
No, I've got wires everywhere, and you've ruined the entire setup idea. It was perfect.
Well, Dr. Grisgant said, no, back to the Ultramarine. Fixed camera. I think if we
Yeah.
shift it back a tiny bit. Is that better? Oh, Bobby's got to go. Bye, Bobby.
Bye.
Bobby, you going back to Russian to get all your painting done before the tournament? And Bobby got kicked off for using
Foul language.
foul language. Yeah.
I was going to go, Bobby, send me Battle Sisters box. Battle system. No.
Sadness.
Are they putting it up again?
Nope.
It's not
You've,
perfect. Get it back to the way it was.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
an
for fuck's
angle,
sake.
I think, isn't it?
Is
Like,
it?
Yes,
looks
it is.
Slanted.
You can't say that. Has that gone the other way? Yeah, it has. So I want to go
You can always adjust the
the actual camera itself. Yeah.
right.
Why did you have to move it, Ben?
Because
No, because. No,
Right,
there is no because. You were just a tool.
No, you either get one in store, or you don't get one.
okay.
But you can't reserve them, you've got to get there when the store opens.
Bobby managed to put spaces between the
The letters.
letters.
One day problems require one day solutions.
Yeah, they do. You're right.
Dr. Grizzer, Dr. Grizzer, is that I can see your crotch or I want to see your crotch? I'm confused.
Because one will cost you extra.
Yeah, there's a paywall on that crotch. Oh dear. Alright, I'm gonna leave you guys in charge.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
I'm sure you can think of some subjects.
Here's one, a controversial subject. Why do GW continue to have stock issues knowing that they're releasing a highly anticipated product and not make enough?
Got the tea?
I just,
This isn't the first time they've done it either.
no, I think the thing that, didn't you say that they, in one of their meetings, was having like, yeah, they were saying how they had enough to do it. They were like, oh yeah, we've got stock for days. And then I mean, how can you misjudge it that bad when people have waited years for Plastic Sisters?
It's almost like they're trying to gauge how much interest there would be in making something in plastic. For example, a Thunderhawk. Oh, wait, did I just reset the clock?
Oh.
Shit!
Like, hey, I don't really care for it, so I'm fine.
Thunderhawk, 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 Thunderhawk.
Now I've already reset the clock, you can say as much as you like.
Imagine if every time you said it, you went on like some big billboard website thing that said, Stephen from Ashford in Kent, reset the clock at this time.
Yeah. Though, it is one of those things that people are always asking for and doesn't even get entertained as a thought, though. Mind you, that being said, it is, because when they did that Sisters sprue, they had that cardboard box with plastic Thunderhawk written on it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. It was a whole big thing, wasn't it?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a running joke.
It is, you're right. That being said.
Oh no! No!
Because of scalpers, yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
that
can
was a
get
big
that.
problem. They put no restrictions on how many you can get. So
No.
it's,
This is what we were saying earlier, because you were saying that there were pictures of people with like the 10 sets of data cards.
yeah.
And you know for a fact they're going to be sold on eBay double the price because you're not going to be able to get them for the next 6 months. And they do it with all the dice sets and everything as well. There's no restriction on any of their products.
No.
Which, I mean, is a good thing and a bad thing.
I mean, normally it wouldn't make that much of a difference. Like, if I wanted to go on there and order 8 Bloodthirsters, like, that's not an issue. But when you are doing like a limited run thing like that, it's...
I agree. Yeah, there's only so much warehouse space to store Sisters rubbish. Might get a reaction out of Andy there. No? Okay.
He's
And,
still dead inside from the experience.
The Thunderhawk would be great, but they won't do it as it undercuts 4-charge. Again, yes, it will undercut massively. Especially when you look at the price difference between a Baneblade and a Fellblade. You're looking at 95 to 165 in the variants. The Baneblade kit has 8 different variants for... I think it may have gone up to about 105 quid now. I'm not 100% sure on the price. But the Fellblade kit is £168.
What's the difference in rules? Is it like just clearly superior in rules? Or...
Fellblade is a Space Marine variant, so it's going to be Ballistic Skill 3 over 4. Armour's pretty much the same. Wounds is pretty much the same. Your armament varies slightly, but the main gun is on par. Granted, the Space Marine one has two fire modes, 2 barrels, and then your swants and weapons. On a Fellblade, you've got 8 las cannons, whereas on a 8 las cannons, 1 demolisher cannon, 1 twin link heavy bolter, whereas on the Baneblade you've got 4 las cannons, 5 twin link heavy bolters, and a demolisher cannon. So your Baneblade is
What's
more of
points
your.
wise? What's the difference?
Baneblade comes in at about the 450, 500 point mark, whereas the Fellblade is about 900. Yeah, GW have priced Forge Guard so far out the ballpark, it's not worth taking in some cases. The only things that are Leviathan.
Well,
On your
for
basis
a lot
that
of tournaments, that's like half your points gone on one model.
limiting products creates demand, which they don't care for customers. And plastic Fundhawk is easy to make. I've seen them recreated in GW shops. Yeah, I have seen them redone. You take essentially the front of the what's the plane called? Complete Storm Raven. Extend the back out. It's not hugely difficult.
I think they were doing it in the Canterbury store, weren't they, at one point?
Yeah, that one was. If you do it that way, it tends to be a little bit smaller. But the decent ones I've seen, they've expanded, they've enlarged all the parts of Plasticard, which again, at the end of the day, for a decent, if somebody's willing to put the effort in, it isn't too difficult to do. Given that the wing dimensions are fairly well known, it's 19-inch long with a 17-inch wingspan, somewhere around that mark. So it's not difficult to work out how big it is. It's just whether you're willing to put the time in and find all the parts you need. But then again, when somebody who's disappeared owns 2 legitimate Forge Guard Thunderhawks,
doesn't really need anything else.
Yeah, you don't really need to create your own one. The Baneblade was insane when the first plastic one came out. I don't recall rules-wise when the first one came out, because I'm not an Imperial Guard player, despite the fact that I own one. As I have recently started an Imperial Guard army, which it will be a prominent part of because it makes up my 1500 point list, or 500 points on my 1500 point list.
So are you actually going to play just an exclusive Guard army then, or are you just mixing some space?
So the Guard has been purchased to run a Imperial Militia detachment for my Heresy army. Baneblades being one of the super heavy options. It was never bought for that purpose originally. It is actually painted in blue.
Yeah.
When the community Fellblade rules were released, the go-to was to purchase a Baneblade and just run them with the rules, which I understand quite a few people did.
What are Guard like in Heresy then?
So you've got 2 variants of Guard. You've got the Solar Auxilia, which are kind of your highly trained, what would be your Cadian.
Yeah.
And then your Militia, which is kind of just
peasant troops.
Essentially, yes, but there are some elite sort of troop choices that are trained. I haven't played them exclusively in Heresy, but from what I can see from the list I've come up with, they might do all right.
Because there's a lot of like heavy duty firepower, isn't there? I'm like, well,
militia lists, you go to would just be to take Lehman Russ because they are anti-Space Marine tanks.
Smelling effort would be great.
Welcome to Ben catching up with
The mold was like £1 million and made the money back in a year for the Baneblade, which doesn't surprise me in all fairness, because I say at this point the chassis of the Baneblade is being used as the base for the Forge Guard super heavy tanks. The Falcon, the Baneblade, and the Falcon, the Fellblade, and the Shadow. Can't remember the name of the last one. It's completely the Falcon. And then he said, "Oh, not the rules, the model cost and return." Yeah, they paid that off incredibly quickly. But then when you're using a single chassis for, well, what is now 8 different variants, there's not a lot of outlay anymore for that.
No.
They only had to make the additional molds for the extra weapons. And it's actually a good way to do it, because it saved them a lot of money.
painkiller in the drawer. Nothing cold.
You need a better heater in there.
This is like when you think about how much it actually costs them to produce a box of Space Marines and how much they sell it for.
Yeah, so when you look at the new models, the models that were coming out in the metal and the fine cast were always done with a silicon mould because they never sold that many. So your silicon moulds, while they don't last long, they were cheap to make. So they were still getting that return on them. Whereas something like your Rhino chassis, for example, if you didn't have your steel mould for that, you were never going to be able to make enough. And those moulds are tens to hundreds of thousands of pounds each. Custodian Swap has said they need more plastic heresy. I totally agree. Where is the rumoured third heresy box with the jump pack Marine Mark III jump infantry in? Or was it going to be Mark V for the Raven Guard? No, it'd be Mark III or Mark IV jump infantry. It was going to be assault
I
Marines.
would have thought they'd go for the Mark IV.
Thank you.
Because those jump packs are the ones that the...
Yes, but obviously the Mark V armour is when you start getting the beaky helmets for Raven Guard.
Yeah, but they already get a load of those for their kits anyway, so they could always
Good point.
customise them.
Am I right in thinking that Forge World now do Fae or Heresy, don't they?
So
it's not...
the Horus Heresy is a Forge World game.
Mm.
Always has been since its inception.
Okay.
But a lot of the basic infantry, for example, your Imperial Guard, your bog standard Space Marines, can be brought over from Games Workshop. Your Predators, your Rhinos, your Land Raiders.
So I've never even gone near it, to be fair.
Looking at 90% of the armies, you can play the only things you need to buy from Forge World are the rulebooks.
Yeah.
Everything else can come from GW. The Demons list for Heresy are 7th edition GW Demon Codex. The only things that are inherently Forge World are your Primarchs, your Sisters of Silence, and your Custodians. And obviously your special units, which in all fairness, given the amount of spare bits that come in some of the GW boxes, is possible to make virtually all of them from GW parts.
Do you guys want this Sisters box?
I'm very tempted. It would save a lot of fat.
Save being in the line at Super Clock whenever it actually goes.
Well, as it currently stands, I'm going to have to try and take an early lunch break and hope that I can get there on time.
So, Grizzly Grant has said Forge World should stick to the way they
Yeah,
started selling
Bobby's up
the
for
real
it,
specialist models, not selling the stuff GW should be.
So what was that? I completely missed that.
GW should Forge World should stick to the specialist models rather than selling the stuff GW should be. I can see that, given that the Mark 2, 3 and 4 Space Marine armours. Obviously GW have now picked up the Mark 3 and 4 in the Heresy branded boxes, along with the Contemptor Dreadnought, Cataphracti and Tartarus Terminator armour. Being that Heresy kicked off a lot, those boxes kicked off a lot bigger than they probably thought.
We've lost a lot of upgrades. Forge World upgrades.
Yes, so Forge World dropped a massive range of dreadnoughts, dreadnought weapons.
Was it the Mark IV?
The Mark IV.
Basically, the entire range went.
Yeah, so
Oh, you got rid of them.
standard dreadnoughts.
The little, slightly smaller, aren't they, than the standard one?
I think
Mark IV.
the Mark IV. I think they are the standard GW dreadnought, £25 one.
No, I think they're Mark. There is a difference.
Are there still rules for them though, or they literally just dropped down?
Oh
It
no,
was just
they
a
were
slightly
only kind of like it was a Dark Angels dreadnought and a Blood Angels dreadnought.
Okay, yeah.
They still use the basic Codex dreadnought rules, but they were the individual ones.
Yeah.
I believe they dropped them in favour of the Contemptors, because obviously after the Heresy boxes dropped, the Contemptors blew up in popularity on the basis that they are just better. The weapon variants.
But I'm guessing you can still get like.
The standard dreadnought you can
stuff and
so
pads and whatnot.
shoulder pads and that you can still get because they're all designed for the Mark 3 and 4 armour. I think they dropped most of the Mark 2 stuff because they never really went anywhere with it.
check the YouTube
But
channel.
the Dreadnoughts, it is now just kind of your Games Workshop standard
I
Dreadnought.
suppose what they were trying to do was just limit the models, because if you've got one model that's doing better, like you don't want to keep making stuff when if the Contemptor's clearly better, people are going to be playing the Contemptor. So you're then you're just basically blowing money at that point.
Yeah,
You're just
so
making stuff no one's playing.
So when the Heresy really blew up and Forge started expanding on, started from I think about book 3 onwards, all the legions were getting their specific Contemptors, and I think that is what essentially drove them to drop the Mark IV
Kill the
Dreadnought,
other ones.
because the model was better.
Yeah.
I have 2 of the Ultramarines Mark IV Dreadnoughts. They are quality models, but the Contemptors are just so much more attractive.
If anyone wonders why people are disappearing off screen,
Custodian Sloth, recast top.
That's not enough,
Yeah. Is that a viable thing that we can discuss?
I'd rather not discuss because
And then
Yeah.
Lizzie Grant saying he needs to find Leviathans for cheaper, Dark Angels and Chaplain Dreadnoughts.
yeah, well, the Chaplain did, and then
Well, yes, the Chaplain Dreadnought was...
then they upgrade the Chaplain Dreadnought drops off, and then they upgrade the Chaplain Dreadnought rules in the book to
Forge
match
book.
with the litanies.
Oh, yes. So, the Chaplain Dreadnoughts now have the 8th edition Chaplain Litanies of Battle rules. Before John no longer make the Chaplain Dreadnought model. Which
Right.
a few people kicked off about on the basis that, look, you've given them all new fancy rules, but you don't actually make this anymore.
It would be quite an easy one to kit bash, though. In fact, I've seen a couple of kit bashes recently of Chaplain Dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
You just need a couple of skulls, just really big skulls, and it's
That's just cool.
I was going to say, it's not like the
Did
skulls
someone say
on
skulls?
Oh, yeah, Bobby, it was a yes on the sisters.
Well, Bobby left. Is he still here?
No, Bobby's still here, because Bobby's Custodian Sloth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said he was going, but...
Was that yes on the sisters? What?
Oh, you guys are interested. That's,
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Now he's going to go.
Yeah, I know your answer. I should leave now.
I'm pretty sure they only want one box, Bobby.
Like people need me.
Well, one box. However, if I could wrangle, I don't know. I've always said if Mike was interested in the codex and data cards, you know, essentially leaving just a box of models, and he just wanted the codex and that because he already has existing metal models, I would be more tempted to be all like, "Do you want to do that?" And so we'd end up with 2 sets of models.
So-
But then it's, do you just go for one?
To be fair, the models would be separate anyway.
Yeah, the model. I'm looking forward to the boxes in the new year, so one's probably the right choice to make now.
You can
So-
resell the codex for about 50 quid. That is true.
That's what I was
and,
thinking,
yeah, I mean, like, that's what people do anyway. I would say that's not scalpy, because
No, it depends.
It's a
what you
limited
want. I mean,
edition codex.
yeah,
It's
at the
like-
end of the day, you might just want a normal codex for 20 quid, 25 quid.
it's like the Wrath and Rapture poster. I've got my one. I'm quite tempted to sell the other one because it's the Nash and Corn and it's fucking awesome. Who doesn't
Callum's
want that?
going,
Single tier.
is that a poster of corn?
So,
Poster of corn?
You just cut the Slanesh side off.
Yeah. Just burn it.
so Grizzy said the Forge Mark IV Dreadnoughts were nice. I will testify to that, considering I own 2 of the Ultramarines ones.
That's the one with the Tyranid stuff on the arm, isn't it?
Yes, and the massive Tyranid banner.
Because for ages people were like, oh yeah, the Ultramarines don't need their one for Heresy, they've already got one. It's like, no, they can't use that one, it's got Tyranid stuff on it. The Tyranids aren't here yet.
Yeah. I think Ben owns, or Warcast Bear owns the Bray of Ashmantle Salamanders model,
Yeah.
which I don't know if they still produce. I would imagine they still do, because it would be a bit of a stupid decision on their part to drop a named character.
Was it though?
that-
It is GW.
One of my fantasies like, hold my beer.
Well, yes.
Like,
How
you're
many
gonna
characters?
use
Very
Drop a model? No, we're going to drop an entire game system.
Bretonia. Toon Kings.
Rip Sweet Prince.
Cetra does not serve. Cetra might make a comeback. I love Cetra. He's one sassy bitch.
He's the golden god.
This isn't the starter chariot, it's a finisher chariot.
That was virtual.
The true golden face will be back as well. No.
True. Oh, what Balthazar?
Gelt.
That was on his gold.
I think that Ash Mantle one is still for sale, but bet they drop it as it's not in the latest book. Very correct. I believe the last reference to its rules was the Badab War book.
No,
no,
I think
no.
it's the Forge World
The Forge World Astartes Index. I know they dropped any reference to him in the new Salamanders Codex.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So, the new Salamanders supplement has no reference to Bref Ashmantle, Pelas Mirsan, or their Apothecary Harashen, which are three massive Badab War Salamanders characters that were produced by Forge World. Granted that the two infantry characters I don't believe actually had official models. Pelas Mirsan might have done.
I know it's always difficult to tell because Warcast Bear customises loads of his Salamander
Yes.
stuff all the time. He is,
Obviously, Bref Ashmantle did.
in fact, he's one of the admins, of one of the biggest Salamanders groups. He is
Yes.
that kind of level of Salamanders passion.
He lives and breathes salamander.
Yes, very much so. And there is
Don't stand too
absolutely,
close.
absolutely no reference to them anywhere in the Salamanders supplement, which has led him to believe they've been killed.
Killed as in actually killed, or killed as in just dropped?
Well,
And they'll be in the legacy book.
so on the flip side, if you look at the Ultramarines supplement, Sicarius has been dropped essentially. He is currently missing in the warp somewhere,
He's like your
but
favourite
hasn't
guy.
officially been killed. There's been no reference to his actual death because he was promoted to Captain of the Victrix Guard, and then his ship vanished on the way back from Terra.
Oh no, I'm thinking of
There has been no reference since then, for what I know, in any of the since released novels. Whereas Pelas Mirsan was the third. I'd slaughter me if I get this wrong, but I know very little about Salamander's lore. Third or second company captain has just disappeared off their roster, along with their other two characters.
Most of the Salamander's main characters were changed. So this is what Ben's been saying to us, is that most of the characters, like, I think he said, oh, such and such was like the... I don't know, because I don't know the Salamanders.
So you've
that
got
well. Like, the third-
Tushon, who is their chapter master, but I believe he's actually a GW
he's a
character.
Yeah, right.
Hence why he's still around. But he has a little bit of disdain for his favourite three characters who are currently missing.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I don't blame him for, because
No, I mean,
given that he has models for
The
them,
thing is,
and
it's, it's nice if you're sort of progressing and stuff happening, but
if they
when
just
there's
disappear-
models for it and you now can't play them because it's not in your book, it's a bit like, well,
have you got the index there? Because I
I
know
do, yes.
I know Barry Flashmantle still has rules, or I say I know. I'm saying this with a little bit of regard, like.
but then it depends because they are bringing out the legacy stuff, aren't they? Where,
So, the 40k legacy.
But
was-
assassins, the big skulls and everything. Sorry.
well, yeah, do you know what? Two of the assassin models are really nice on there.
The
Like,
Calidus and the Vindicare.
the one that's
the two-
actually like standing
yeah.
on the skull, like you said, and shooting does look awesome. But it's the other two where he's like, yeah, like, squatting.
I love it.
So,
This is so old school.
Pelas Mirsan is in here with the Salamander faction keyword. You've got Ralph Ashmantle has Salamander's keyword, Harashen Salamander's keyword. So all three are still in the book, or the Imperial Armour Index Forces of the Adeptus Astartes, but they do not appear in the Salamander's supplement in any of the lore. I don't know if that's because they are not GW characters.
Hi, Ben. Ben says the Salamanders have lost Pelas Mirsan, second company captain, Harashen, Master Apothecary, Ashmantle is not mentioned in the new book, and several of the captains have changed names.
They basically just rewrote the whole.
Yeah,
Well, how chapter really, eh?
that's what Grizzy said here. He said, I think the salamander. I watched a video that said most of the salamander name characters were changed. It's the only chapter that got heavily changed. Because I haven't seen any of this kicking off regarding obviously Raven Guard, White Scars,
No.
Iron Hands, Imperial Fists.
Mind you, I have to say, being his minor successor, I wouldn't really know that much about the current Iron Hands. I know more
Well, to be
about
fair,
their,
you don't play Iron Hands. You play your Astral Skulls using Iron Hands rules, like you always have done before the Codex dropped. Yes, we slate you for playing Iron Hands, but
At least you're consistent.
but you've never played an actual Iron Hands army. You've always played your successor chapter.
In fact, I think the only time that I ran them as something else consistently was when I was running them as White Scars, but that was just because I wanted to use bikes on a massive scale.
That's fair enough.
And also, the scouting rule was hilarious. 6th and 7th edition scouting. Surprise! Land Raider! It's a troop transport, so it gains the same role as the unit riding in it.
You're a horrible person.
Oh, yeah, there is no doubt about that. Yeah, it certainly is a strange move for GW just to strike that so many characters
That's just
down.
odd, isn't it? They just
Es-
rewrote a
especially-
whole chapter's lore.
Especially if somebody's gone and custom built a captain model and said, look, this is my, say for example, 5th company.
Then wasn't it Rob that? Oh, sorry.
I'm just going to say, Dr. Gruzigan is off. Thank you very much for joining us, Dr. Gruzigan, and chatting with us.
See you later.
Yeah, sorry that you like Ultramarines, but...
Yeah, I was going to say.
I can't do the taste.
But no, thank you very much for joining us. And it's actually nice to see someone be on the Ultramarine side.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been a bit of a lone wolf here at the moment, or up until today.
All the way over there in your second Imperium.
Damn straight. If we're going to be cut off, we'll make our own. And then when we do, we can rejoin you. Because let's be fair, we've got Bobby G.
He's pointing at the empty space next to him. Steve's imaginary friend, Bobby G.
It's okay, because that was like everyone else during the heresy. It's like, it's okay, we've still got the Ultramarines. Where are the Ultramarines?
Running in the opposite direction.
Oh wait, and
Is that not more about Dark Angels? It's okay, we're the Dark Angels. Where the fuck they go again? I just see them going, bye!
See you later.
Cypher's one system over!
Now, that final comment is going to be one that I agree with. They're awesome. Ignore these idiots, Ginger Guy. You have the best models.
Ginger guy.
Great.
Is that your Warcast tag? Warcast Ginger guy?
Damn straight.
Just walk off Ginger.
Yeah. Warcast cackles. And,
walk off, watches Watch Dry.
Even though he tried 10 minutes ago. Stay beautiful.
Warcast what is painting.
I did this much.
Yeah, didn't it start off looking like that?
No, that's that one.
Oh. But,
has he just gone?
yeah.
Oh dear. Well, it's getting to.
I will admit these are beautiful models, but they're a pain in the ass to paint.
What details.
Yeah. Boats suck, and Necrons can't have a story that doesn't start with.
Too wild. Surprise, too wild.
Guess what? We need to advance the Necron's story. This world that we've been liking quite a bit, i.e. Cadia. Tomb World.
What's that? Terror's a Tomb.
Terror's a Tomb World.
Bye.
Say
I'm
that.
waving over there. Camera's there.
Yeah. It's waving nothing.
Oh, too wild.
Well, it's getting towards that time of night. It's almost 10.
Is that the
Has
adult
it
hour?
really got that far?
It has got that far.
Jesus.
Well, you should be able to tell. I've got to about this stage of painting something, so it
Oh,
must be ready.
this
It
is
must
very
be time
good.
to just turn around and
You can tell that there is paint on the bottle now, so I do wonder whether we'll end up with Kev and certain others returning to us again.
Ian's still on.
Ian was on YouTube.
What's happened is Ben's completely neglected the YouTube chat again.
Yeah.
That's it.
Why'd you even put it up, Ben? Why'd you even put it up?
Ben says it's wank. Apparently, due to the time frame in the universe, the characters are probably lost in battle, as the salamanders have been lost in lots of fights. They might not have been lost in battle. They might be lost in the warp. Like,
That's where everything goes, though, isn't it? Just gets lost in the wall.
No,
When they can't be asked to write for it anymore.
Yeah,
Sometimes
GW's
it ends up in a certain collector's collection.
GW's go-to answer of missing characters is Warp or Trazone the Infinite.
Almost like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. Oh, you've got a really important character there that we need to disappear. Tumod, Trazone.
What is with him?
He's a collector, isn't he? He's not one. See, his intentions are strange, given the fact that he just turned up Acadia and went, "Here, have Inquisitor Greyfax back."
Yeah.
She was my relic for a while.
Yeah. I think I've kept her alive long enough. You need her now.
That is enough probing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the YouTube chat.
Reaction.
What?
No, okay.
Forget that YouTube is somewhat behind the rest of everything.
Sounds about right for
Yeah.
YouTube.
Somewhat behind, wasn't I? Like miles behind.
Yeah, I was just trying to work out. That was...
That was Battle Sisters comment then.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
I might have just clicked in a random place as well. I don't know.
Ben doesn't know things.
I don't. I am just like, I'm playing at this. Like everything. Like,
I got my hat, I got my boat.
what do you mean? I'm playing Minecraft.
Get a head start.
He was up fucking stream.
Yeah. Oh dear. Right. So, I'm just trying to think if I'm in the right place again. I might actually get some more painting then. Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
hate
not going to
myself.
happen. Oh.
Ah, dear. So, what time are you guys going to need to shoot off later?
Well, I need to go to work tomorrow.
Good.
Unfortunately.
Work.
You're going to twerk.
Only about 11.
Yeah.
Usual.
Right.
What time are we looking at anyway? Oh, about 10 to 9.
Oh shit.
The chat has quietened down now with
Yeah.
Dr. Grizagant gone and
Custodian.
I think Custodian Sloth's either gone or gone quiet.
Yes.
Um,
It's alright when people talk, because
Hmm.
discussions.
yeah.
Probably looks okay from a distance.
I imagine what.
Look up close, it's just Smudge City.
Okay.
Smudge City, bitch. Smudge City.
I
I'm now learning to hate painting these. I just want to play with them now.
There we go.
Oh god, what's been said
I'll let you read what. Well, I mean, it's on the stream chat anyway. But,
Liam, hashtag bring back Ben.
yeah, and the comment before it.
Which one was that? Well, I knew it was going to happen one day.
Yeah.
Stare into the camera, it'll help me shoot off.
Who said that?
Ben.
I told you we've reached that time of night.
We have, it becomes
Doesn't
the
need a
X-rated
smouldering stare.
Warcast.
So yeah, Steve. I think we can let the paywall down. Move the camera over a little bit. Back to crotch cam.
Oh yeah.
I
No,
need
don't
it.
let the paywall down.
No,
just
bring
decrease
crotch
it.
cam over
Oh
here.
shit! No, Gail's on the chat.
Yeah. Should
We
be
need
over
to give it
here.
to Andy. The paddling pool full of lube? Is this still going to happen?
Nip cam.
I feel sorry if
Yeah.
Eden is still in the chat because
Oh yeah, this is going to go downhill fast.
yeah. I mean, like
Put it
that's
down quicker than Steve's sister.
Alright. Just
oh dear. Yeah, I think
It's okay, I was going to leave it on one. I
apart from
Do a biggest one.
was going to say you not.
yeah.
I thought you had the saw for a second. Apart from.
the first one where we were talking to the nice German guy, I think Eden was the closest we had to someone actually chatting sensibly about the models they were painting.
The law chat was sensible with...
Who was Eden?
Eden was the one that just started a new...
a new Space
first
Marines army.
Space Marine- Yeah,
And don't paint them blue because you'll regret it.
yes, yeah.
I'm on board now. I'm on board.
Maybe they had already decided to paint them as Ultramarines and the Ultramarines.
I mean, don't get me
Banter?
wrong.
Bullying.
Yeah. If you can live a life of abuse and learn to laugh at yourself, go for it. They're a great army to play.
Might be looking at the.
Except for the fact that I very rarely win with them.
Well, you see, you finally looked at your messages.
We're looking at what I want to do with the Americans, and it comes to 3,000 points.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Well, he will probably want the
He
six.
can't even have like first rates, can he?
No.
Nope, it'll be a shitload of
He
frigates.
can't have third rates.
Yeah,
His biggest ship is this size.
yeah.
Jesus Christ, he's making 3,000 points of it.
How many are they each?
Oh, I don't know.
Ben, you're a resident nerd.
Numbers in head, can't.
Oh, you disappoint me, you
No,
tool.
he's just looking at us going, hang on, like we all know too. And he's just waiting until someone says it.
Yeah. Are they 150 base?
I don't know.
I can't remember. It's
A third rate's around 300, isn't it?
yeah.
And
So
first
let's
rate's
call,
about 500.
let's call it 150.
Plus
That is...
sturdy plus overgunned is going to stick another 100 plus points on the top.
Well, let's call them 250. That's going to be 12 frigates.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad list.
Yeah.
Not that I know anything
I
about the
guess.
game, but...
2.
There'll be a lot
Probably about
faster.
4, potentially 2 to 4 first rates.
Yeah. They'll be a lot faster though. The first rates.
Oh,
only
they'll just
move-
nip around you.
The first rates at most move what 9 inches, and you're pretty useless if you're travelling full whack. Whereas the first rates do 10 just with 2 movements rather than the 3. The numbers of viewers has dropped as we talk about Black Seas. Oh. Yeah, Bobby wants. Do you guys have Bobby on Facebook?
No.
Alright.
No, but feel free to add.
Uh,
And silence
Yeah.
has occurred.
yeah, it's because
This is the issue, right? You can talk
Ben's
about...
reading.
Yeah.
I'm telling Bobby to talk to Fallon because Andy doesn't.
Because
respond
Andy never
to anything.
responds.
Oh, yeah, never message Andy.
The real girl says no. I don't know what to. I mean,
Talk to me in person. Get responses.
yeah.
Message me. I don't
So-
know what responding is.
Yeah, well, I don't know what real girl is on about. Real girl know what? Is it know that we haven't brought back Ben? I mean, I suppose we could have webcammed him in tonight.
That was a possibility.
Yeah.
That, or it was a case of talk to Fallon, and he's saying no. Because that was what was said at around the same time.
Maybe, yeah. Gail, you okay out there?
Hello. Hello. It's me.
It's me.
No, I was going for Adele.
Let's do this.
Do you know I threw my laptop in the sea the other day? Adele
Yeah,
rolling
joke.
in the deep.
So it's got to be a joke.
I
It's
know.
got to be a joke. He's got himself all excited for it.
Brace!
Yeah.
Breathe.
Shut
breathe,
up!
Breathe.
Fire.
Fire up!
Well,
I am showing that to you later. It's how it made the final cut of that film, I do not know.
because they tried it like 1,000 times, you couldn't get it right. So they're like, yeah, this will do.
Well, yeah.
This is good as
That
it's
is
gonna
a
get.
distinct
So-
possibility.
So, poll. What's worse, Ultramarines or Steve's jokes?
The tough one, that one.
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Alright. Okay.
And now I'm going to do an Andy. Wait for my wash to dry.
Jokers haven't washed anything. Not today. It was him I washed. To be fair, that was because his creases were fucking taking ages to dry.
Alright, he's not beach body, right? You don't need to vaccinate him.
He's
Oh,
glorious.
did you see the? Yeah, Ben put it in the group chat, didn't he? The
What was
Great
that?
Unclean one, which is completely smooth.
Oh, yes.
God, that's
That
crazy.
was. It looked like Roger from American Dad.
Yes,
It
it's the episode where Roger really wants to see the mileage tick over the 10,000
Yes.
mark. He gets really fat at the end of it, and Klaus dies in the fishbowl and everything.
Or did it look like Rogu?
We got
We got a follow from Grizzly Grant.
Oh, excellent.
I'm loving the little zombie follow thing you put up.
What's this?
So whenever I'll show you the test one. So if you look at the screen, back to bad eyesight.
I was going to say, I'm like proper squid at this.
So if I press follow,
Ah, that's cute.
yeah.
Little zombie running along the street.
Oh, there, I see him.
Now you just need to do the YouTube corgi.
No, I need the new corgi Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have you
because
got-
the
Although
ability on
the-
that is completely
the
fucking
Galar
pointless.
Pony-
Don't get Steve started.
Oh yeah, that's his trigger point.
In fact, they've taken out 500
Would you buy
Pokemon.
Sword or Shield?
I have Shield.
You have Shield.
I have Shield.
Correct
The Galar
copy.
Ponyta.
Because it's Bonita one.
Right, so I do apologise to the stream. I am going to quickly talk about Pokemon.
There's no
it's
quickly about
one
it.
of my loves.
Next to Sumesh.
Right.
Cats. Pokemon, Louise.
How did you know that?
I don't know, should Louise be higher on that list?
No,
So-
Smash needs to be in it.
Have you met his cat?
Yeah. So really quickly
It's
with
okay,
Pokemon,
she's not watching.
the dropping of 500 Pokemon is a
Kick in the teeth because you cannot collect them all.
yeah. I really didn't want to buy the game. I really didn't because National Dex is something that I've always loved doing.
Hashtag boycott Pokemon.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's still a Pokemon game and it's gorgeous and it's really fun.
But outsold, let's go.
God,
Let's
no,
go
it's,
in one day, didn't
it's, yeah, it's the biggest. I think it's the biggest standalone like one mode thing. Although Sword for some reason over Shield. I know why Sword over Shield because Sword's fun.
Well,
Whereas
the legendary's
I
better.
had to say the legendary is a bit weird looking on Shield.
my God, I'm going to agree with Gale for a second. You just said the game is amazing. Shield's better. Jesus Christ, I'm agreeing with Gale. Rick off.
I think Sword's legendary is better, but Shield has the better
Exclusive Pokemon.
exclusives.
But here's where I'd put my sword and shield if I had one.
Right, wargaming.
Back to Wargaming.
Back to wargaming. So,
So Pokemon, the tabletop game.
yes. No. Let's move even further away. Who wants to play Pixelmon? Because I can run a Pixelmon server.
So,
Alex.
I am going to refer back to one of your digs on your weekly roundup. The Fallout Shelter board game.
Yes, yeah.
I'm not going to lie, you hit the nail on the head because I really like the look of that.
I like the look of the game.
Oh, that one.
Were you getting excited it was something else for a second?
Because yeah, it looked like. Well, I did enjoy playing for that shower, but it's really interesting to see how it actually plays as a tabletop game. I guess you just have to
Yeah.
build your vault, that sort of
So
stuff.
yeah, obviously all I've seen of it is the photo that they released. I don't know if it's Kickstarter or whatever,
That was...
because it's Fantasy Flight, isn't it?
It was Fantasy Flight and they were showing ahead of time product. I have a really hard time following Fantasy Flight's release schedule.
Mm.
It's like... I think my memory serves being with X-Wing. They have this really weird sort of method. They talk up loads of stuff and then they then decide on a date later on, partway through, rather than deciding on a date well ahead of time.
So this is coming out in 2 months' time, and this is all the promo material.
Yeah.
Just gradually, yeah.
Yeah. This is going to turn into Warcast porn. Well, you know, Warcast After Dark will have to be a thing one day, but it depends on how much money people are willing to pay me, basically. I mean, I am... Wait, no, you mean Andy again, don't you? What?
How much are we talking about? I need a couple of sisters and battle box.
There was also the £200 for the paddling pool full of lube, so you could buy your Switch.
Yeah.
This is true. I do need a Switch. Fan still needs a Switch.
I mean, if
Yeah,
Andy,
mind that
if
being
Andy's
your
inside,
but wasn't the paddling pool full of lube was for Andy to be in, wasn't it?
yes, so Fallon could have a Switch.
Andy,
Yeah.
are you okay?
Yeah.
Is this an abusive relationship? Do we need to call
I'm
someone?
just pimping him out. Okay, Boomer.
Jesus.
When you all laugh together, you sound like a field of turkey.
I could hear that. I was
And is it almost Thanksgiving? I don't know when Thinksgiving is.
No.
Well, it's Black Friday on the 29th of February. Fuck's sake.
Well, we waited a while for that then.
29th of this month, so Turkey Day is going to be around that mark somewhere. So,
the day before, no?
yeah, I think so. I'm not big on American.
I'm not big on
Thing.
turkey. Why?
It's like the driest of the birds.
Drier than your mother.
Lucky I should see you.
Oh dear, poor turkey.
Poor mum.
Oh, can you hear the groin cracking noise? So
So yeah.
right. Istanbul is pretty good though. Why
Istanbul, not Constantinople.
Byzantium. Sorry. Yeah, all the same.
The fuck was that song from?
Radio Academy.
That's it.
Well.
And it's There will be
Istanbul,
giants?
Yeah.
Constantinople, Istanbul, not Constantinople.
We might
Yeah.
What?
Yee.
Ready for Black Friday with my white sheets.
Oh dear.
Well then. I'm thinking of Todgy.
Too much.
Black Friday.
Might be a little bit.
Well, not far enough.
Depends who you asking.
You decide.
Yeah.
I mean, he's talking about the white sheets he's going to use to protect himself from all the smashing windows.
No, it's the white sheets you line your floor with because you're going to be killing a turkey.
Or you wrap your hand up and then punch the window and hope you don't get glass in it.
Yeah,
Or we're not talking about his white crusty sheets.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Andy.
No, it's the white sheets that you put down in your house because you've bought a load of really cheap paint.
What are you going to make a porno? I don't want the floor to get wet.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know, have you seen pornos? I'm pretty sure they don't put white sheets down.
No.
Even if they are the messiest porno. I never knew that Two Girls One Cup actually made like a follow-up video.
Did they?
Yeah.
So I really need to know how that story ended.
Yeah, I didn't realise it needed a sequel. I heard about this the other day. I was like, the fuck?
I was using the white sheets as my carrier bag. Fair?
Some might say a swag bag.
You guys are going to say one to Bobby, aren't you? Because
One.
Bobby
One.
said he needs to know now. So.
Yeah. One piece, lovely.
One sheet is plenty.
One box is a plenty.
And you have money to have.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're going to sell
I'm
themselves
offering,
to
I'm offering blowjobs.
20
Good
quid, 20
lad.
quid.
Good lad.
About Sister's Box is about Sister's Box.
Right, that's Bobby's question he dealt with.
The Inquisitor Bobby. Oh shit, I'm painting the next coat of black. I haven't painted one
Dr.
row of guns.
Grisland's asking you, have you not sorted out that damn box yet? No, no, because I'm not meant to be dealing with people's purchasing while I'm running a stream.
And we bought 2 girls, 1 up.
Liam saying why are Andy's and Fallon's name the wrong way round.
What?
That's a mistake.
Well,
I'm Fallon.
It might Andy with an eye.
Oh
Turn
God,
you an eye.
no. I started moving the stream again.
No, stop messing about.
Well, I was.
To be fair, Ben, it's been like that for 3 hours now.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna put everyone's names in the wrong place.
Oh, okay.
Benjamin, behave.
Dr. Grizan says I thought the names were right. Well, they are now.
Who knows?
Once upon a time, I was paying attention to YouTube chat.
What you mean, right at the start of the stream when you saw Ian say hi?
Yeah.
And that was about
But
it.
even then, that was delayed.
How delayed?
My hand hurts.
Oh, a real girl got taken out using.
Whenever you say got taken out, it's like someone just got shot.
Well, I'm just picturing like Randy K out of nowhere.
Someone's just come up behind him and grabbed him and like,
Hashtag Grizzy. Wow. Hashtag pro stream.
It's a work in progress.
what, Ben?
Well, yeah.
We can't let him out into the wider public community yet.
No.
No, he has to be accompanied by one of us wherever he goes.
He's an adult.
That's what Louise is. He's a minder.
Gets care allowance.
I have to take out my padded pirate's hat when I go outside. Oh, here we go.
Oh, not one of painted cannons.
Especially
Cannons left me.
Especially one.
Yeah, I'm not going to have multiple shit painted by tomorrow.
Dr. Grant, that would be me. I run the channel along with Warcast Bear, who is not with us.
Run is a fine term.
Running, yeah. I mean, like.
We're like slow.
Got to learn to walk crawl before you can walk, mate.
Needs management, hand it to the ginger. To be fair, when I left the room, you did seem to have everything under control.
No, because then it will tend to Smurf gaming.
For fuck's sake. I told you this abuse would come back again.
The thing is, if Steve was running the front of house side of things, I could then be back house, and I could be just making soundboards.
And I could be a roadhouse.
Roadhouse. You would just be soundboards, almost.
I'm sitting there going, now, did you expect that? You were waiting for it.
I knew it was going. It still gets to be done.
And now we've lost Fallon.
And now she's picturing Blade, where they're just in roundhouse kicks at each other.
No, it's the episode of Family Guy where Peter's going, Roadhouse.
Well, no, it's that. But,
No, that's obviously where that's from, but
someone basically did a review video of like the original Blade film. And he was just pointed out to like the funny kung fu moments. Like there's a solid like 2 minutes of Blade and the guy roundhouse kicking each other, but just missing. That's the best thing.
just spin, spin, spin.
Oh, God.
It's more like ballet dancers pirouetting.
Gail, Ben J is actually in chat. He's at home. Yeah. What's that? Oh, how are you going to shade the gold, Ultramarines, dude?
Shade.
Shade. Shade.
Unfortunately, Dr. Grizzy.
Steve doesn't know what
See,
shade is.
No,
I
he
have-
actually receives it on a regular basis.
Well, yes. I have a solid dislike for painting. The stream is the only reason I'm painting, or is the only reason I've actually done any painting in the last 3 months, is down to the stream. I tend not to. Most of my army is pretty much block base colours. This is probably the most detailed model I've ever painted. And at this point, I'm happy with it.
It's looking snazzy.
Something like that.
He says, for heating it, you're looking pretty good. And
Well,
a real gay Gail came in with hashtag block painting.
Yeah,
What-
it's not a bad hashtag, to be fair.
What we need to do
I
is
say hate is a strong word. I
really don't like you.
well, yeah.
As the
I
famous
struggle
song
to hold.
lyrics.
Yeah, I struggle to concentrate when I'm doing it by myself. Hence why the streams. You shut the fuck up.
Yeah, my
Kept it together for too long. I'm proud
my,
of you.
my mind wanders a bit as well.
Well. I'm
It's
just-
okay, Steve. You're still painting more of your Ultramarines than I painted my Death Guards.
Yeah, this is a very good point.
We can say as much as I want, but you're still painting more than me.
And I paint tons when I'm not on camera.
Don't make me laugh.
Actually, I think one of the best ones we did was when we did our what's the Korean War Blood Red to Ice box?
Mig Alley.
When we did Big Alley, we did tons all at once.
I think we painted the entire box set between us in.
2 box sets.
Yes,
it's
2
only
boxes.
tiny little planes, but we did them really quickly. I struggle to help Sam a little hand. And Gail has gone. Oh, she has to masturbate in groups. It's the
Well, there's Liam.
is this the group of the Eternal Circle, or whatever it's called?
Well, I'm
Fancy
out for the
name
rest.
a circle jerk.
I'm out for the rest of the stream.
We came out long time ago.
You can just shut up.
Oh dear.
It's okay, we still love you, Wilson. You dislike your army just as much.
And the abuse begins again.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
time for a completely different fucking topic.
Was that Liam just reloading his banter cannon?
Oh, he says he likes that you like. Dr. Rosad says he likes that you lick the brush.
You have to have a good tip.
It's not the only thing, is it?
Oh, shut up, Andy.
Once again, this is something to do with a tip, isn't it? I mean,
It gets it to a fine point.
It does.
moisture is always.
Despite the fact that this is an extra small brush, the details are still too small for the paintbrush.
I mean,
I think you should come paint some boats.
yeah.
Well, you can shut up because I don't own any.
You're not eyeing up the Spanish box anymore. Then.
Oh, I'm very much eyeing up the Spanish
or
box.
are you not even eyeing up the Spanish box? You're just eyeing up the Trinidad.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to turn up with one overgun first rate.
How many points is the Trinidad?
God knows. Considering I don't know the...
That's okay, Ben's now going to open up his spreadsheet.
It's not on the spreadsheet.
Oh yeah,
I
there's
didn't-
no
I
name
didn't put
ships.
any of the name ships on there.
We'll-
It's probably about 600 points. I wouldn't be surprised.
Do the named ones come with like preset loadouts, or do you still get to add stuff?
They come with like their pre-done strengths and everything,
Yeah.
and then their special rules. So they obviously cost more because it's already factored in.
Yeah.
And do they count as being veteran crews or something? I can't remember.
I think they might.
There was a little like foreword on it.
Mind you, we were looking at the rulebook, and the Spanish veteran crews cost, what was it, 20% more?
Yeah, because you didn't have veteran crews.
Oh dear. Is there going to be a fight?
So it's quite
The real Gale.
fighting the fake girl.
He's saying at least you don't have. Well, what he was trying to say is at least you don't have to compensate for anything, Steve. But he spelled it wrong twice, and then Dr. Bruzan came in with, "Did you mean compensate?"
Oh no.
Come on, chat, fight! Wait, hang on. Normally, chat doesn't do what I want them to do, so they're now
Don't
going to
fight.
band together and take the piss out of me. Shit.
Now you said it.
Ben said, "See, if you need smaller brushes, I'll lend you one."
I will definitely be buying a brush set or two at Salute next year, with some smaller brushes in it.
My God, investing more in your painting.
Well, yeah, it's you and your bloody heresy tour campaign that's got me started.
I'm definitely going to have to. So the 2,000 point game is the last one in this cycle, but I have more plans. But I want to hold because if I keep doing things like this, then I don't play other games that I want to play. Which is,
Playing heresy all the time.
yeah, exactly. I want to play some Age of Sigmar.
And up.
What the fuck's Age of Sigmar?
No, I
that's
play
still
Warhammer
going?
Fantasy Battle.
Boats. All boats. Screw any of these other games. I just want to broadside everything.
We need a 4v4, a 1v1v1v1 game of 3k points each of boats.
Jesus Christ.
5k points of boats on the table.
Yes. Problem with 3v3s is it tends to end up being a 2v1.
Everyone against Mike.
Yes. Come on,
Everyone
Jack.
against Ben. 'cause
Come
it's
on,
Spanish.
Jack.
They're
Are they
French.
trying?
No,
Oh.
but they could be. Come on.
What I was going to say is
Feed me.
we should all chip together and buy Steve a pot of army painted dark tone for Christmas, so that shading is as simple as dipping his Space Marines in.
You're an asshole.
Or, right, I could lend him some right perfected now, so he could put it on the gold.
That's less fun because you can't dunk it.
No! No!
He does own a couple of shades.
You can go screw yourself, Ben.
It needs a good shake. You can see when it was last used.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I painted the face of my primary space marine. That is the
The
only
one
reason
with
I
the
have it.
helmet on.
That is the only reason I have it.
And then realised after
Because I used Duncan's skin tutorial, and I have so far only painted one model with exposed flesh.
Never again.
Well, I've got a couple left to do.
If I can put an enclosed helmet on my model, it's having an enclosed helmet.
Yeah.
I agree, but these were the primary space marines that were like, no, you're having monopose builds with no way to change them.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Gail.
Are they Dark Imperium bolts?
Gail. Leave,
Oh, for
leave
fuck's
everyone's pets alone.
Gail's asking Grant if he's got any pets.
I have no idea what this is about, but
Savage.
having seen his normal
Gail was
chat-
asking about it. It can't be good.
She was asking Liam last time, wasn't he?
Liam's asking Liam.
She's asking himself.
Oh yeah,
that
because
yeah,
you had the
because
two
it's
Liams,
Liam.
didn't you?
Why is Liam not in here?
More white.
Whoa.
My W whack. Oh, I was
Oh dear. No, they're as bad as each other, it's fine.
Oh, good.
Ate my dog recently, it was rough.
Rough.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Rough. This isn't accurate, because that's why. Trying to set it that. I think the shell's in this around.
oh dear. This chap. No, bad.
To be fair,
Sit, stay.
every week it has just gone downhill after 10 o'clock. The only person who currently hasn't turned up is Kevin.
Although if he's got a tournament
my
going
Liam.
next weekend, he could be
He
busy.
is my Liam.
Well, yeah, I suppose good business with him.
Oh, but how am I meant to offer to troll him if he's not here?
Troll or troll?
That's what I was
He
picking up on.
always says that. Have you not noticed? It's really
No.
like.
Annoying?
I can't always hear when I say
Is
this.
it because he can't speak?
So
I
if
can't
there's
hear
something
the
underneath a
difference
bridge and he charges you to cross, what is it?
between Troll.
Okay. And if you do that to someone online, what is it?
Wait.
Trolling.
Wait.
It's because they're trolling.
Yeah, you've now got him thinking about it.
Wait, sorry. The first one I was thinking of toll.
No, you heard
No,
it
troll's
right.
right. If
Troll.
he's underneath the bridge and he's charging you,
Yeah,
a toll. Yeah.
What does it sound like? I'm saying something else.
A troll lives under a bridge.
Yeah.
And won't let you cross.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you said troll.
But yeah, when you said you were talking about
Like
Kev,
trolling.
you were like, yeah.
Trolls. You'll come in the chat and you'll troll. We've really tried to your head now, haven't we?
Mission
Like,
accomplished.
Death. Alright, I'm going to say death and death. I can't hear the difference.
Oh, yeah, no,
Even
I
though you
can't.
did enunciate the F. on
Yeah,
the
because
second
I've been told.
Ah.
Yeah, no, I know how to do it, but
Death,
if I say it
death.
wrong, I won't notice.
I can't hear the difference between deaf and deaf.
Death.
I'm not the only one.
Death. I suppose if you watch someone's lips, you might be able to tell. Because you shape your lips differently in your mouth.
Death. and
Well,
death.
Well, I just take it in the context
Yeah.
of the sentence.
Death.
Yeah, you do, don't you? You do,
Your tongue's involved in death.
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 I've never actually fucking noticed that.
Why
now-
am I licking Darth Vader? I wasn't licking Darth Vader, I was drinking coffee from Darth Vader.
I was licking out Darth Vader.
Turn the camera around. Go lick Darth Vader.
Oh.
Didn't want that.
No,
I'm looking at the wrong camera as well.
now we
Ben's
found out that Ben's a
further.
Oh
weeboo.
dear. Oh, he's got the pirate hat on as well.
Yeah. It's to show I'm the captain.
No, I am the captain.
Stay later. Face the corner.
Be a bad boy.
Oh, he's been a bad boy.
Yeah. What's with the hat?
They played Black Seas. He is completely obsessed with being a pirate, hence the pirate hat.
Hence Mike now has one, so there's two of them with pirate hats.
Yeah.
Please tell me Andy hasn't bought one.
No.
Not for use outside of the house, no.
Oh, there's some shackles in this setup.
Only use handcuffs, which need lost the keeper.
Please don't.
Everyone's laying on the hat now.
They're not at home anymore.
Fine.
It's okay. I don't need
Your hair looks fucking ridiculous. Leave it on your hair. Looks awful.
I don't need a hat because I'm the only one that can actually sail.
I can sail.
I automatically pass all my skill tests.
I can tell. Badly.
Yeah, I can
I've
sail.
never- I can sail a boat.
I can sail, but we wouldn't get very far.
Well, where's the wind coming? Right in front of us, Dave! We're not going anywhere!
Oh, I don't have any other props down here.
Well, it's a sad time when you're looking for more props.
Not supposed to be cake.
You want more cake?
No. No, did they?
Yes, Ben. My hair was bad then. It probably still is. I can't.
You got a little mohawk now.
But that's how I used to have it.
Shave the sides.
No, just.
Oh my god, if you said
No,
shave
no,
the
no,
sides,
no,
that's
no.
like...
Have you ever seen him with long hair?
Yes, there's a picture on Facebook of you long hair. Because at first when I was trying to find you, I was like, is that Ben?
I know, right?
Ben with long hair is like other Ben with
No beard. Ben's replied, I remember that long hair.
Wow. Oh, I shouldn't be allowed to.
Liam got a hair joke for a ginger person. Ironic. It was weird. It was when he just come in, you know, one week he'd have long hair and then he turned up on the Tuesday, it was gone, and it was, what the fuck have you
Who are
done?
you?
Yeah.
And turn up with no glasses.
Yeah.
Beard forever. Yes, beard forever. Although I can't say that because mine like comes and goes. In fact, it's really bad at the moment.
This is
You
the
call
extent
that
mine
bad?
grows to. Like, it's...
Oh no, but Sam, I've got that bit there which needs to be like neatened up because it's just random fucking
It's just
hairs.
everywhere.
And then this is just like it's not staying down; it's just going out that way. Proper.
It's not staying down, is it, Ben?
It's not staying down. No, it never stays down.
Always is one lucky lady.
Well, I still think she's me.
It's all smoke mirrors and a single laser beam.
And a shrine to Slanesh.
Oh god.
A new stream. Ben and Louise play.
Well, I did try to convince her to come and join the Minecraft, but
It was a no-go.
yeah.
Yeah, just play,
Everyone fancy 8 because I
Final
can't.
Fantasy together.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Liam. For fun. Your beard makes me think praise to the Allah.
Oh, was that what my one? Yeah, I do end up having the sort of recent convert look.
There's a Grizzy comment in there, he would look more like a girl. I assume that's in the reference to Ben with long hair.
Yeah.
Should definitely post a picture of it on the Warcast
Ben's curly hair.
Insta. It was extreme.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, like, I've got really thick hair, so well, you're right.
Everywhere.
I understand the pain, trust me.
Fallon's like, Fallon, look, it's a myth that Fallon has ears. But here, look, I will prove she has ears.
Gotta listen to people, though.
It's got to go through all that hair first.
That's probably why you don't hear your phone go off.
That's me, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
My ears are uncovered.
It's also all the miniatures that are stuck in your hair that are sort of helping block the sound.
Yeah.
All those cool miniatures screaming for skulls and blood stuck in there.
Ben saying, "I'll be careful, the room doesn't explode."
Yeah, it's okay. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in the scary religion.
The musical.
Yeah, I just believe in putting stuff up for fun.
In Minecraft!
No need to have a god for that.
Hey, it's a Minecraft stream.
Yeah.
This Saturday night. Do, 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 do.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Ben. Tyranid claw nail bombs.
That is a tad extreme.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben, you need to come on the Minecraft server. Tend my cows.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Well, we've got to have because you need the hazmat suits.
What? Tend the cows?
No,
Radioactive
no,
now.
no, you need
Nuclear milk.
You need to have the hazmat suit to deal with anything like moving uranium around. So
Yeah, Andy.
that requires a load of leather to build the hazmat suit.
Have you seen Chernobyl?
Just milk it. Oh, my God.
You need
Comment. So you're not going to watch those ultras? And then Ben replies, "Well done, Steve. Correct answer." Probably not.
I'll tell you
It's
what,
going to
right,
be your
right,
answer to that.
it's really quick.
It might be, but
But
I'm
then you
also
have to do
happy
the
with
rest of
them.
them.
Yes,
Sneaky.
I could
Well,
make
I
this
bet the
one
guns
look
are like
amazing
that.
with washes, but then the other four wouldn't look that good because
Oh,
I've been painting this
Ladies
since we
first.
started at 7:30.
Yeah.
It is now
Just
10
as I've been
o'clock,
painting.
and it is nowhere near finished. I've still got 4 more of these to do.
Said that prostitute I hired last Saturday night.
For fuck's sake, Andy.
did it.
Oh,
Just use another all over. It'd be great, but the only null oil I'll have is gloss. Then that'd be shiny.
shiny, shiny.
Which wouldn't be a bad thing, I guess.
Shiny marines.
Sparkle marine.
Dry.
No, they're the rainbow greens.
Oh, Angry Marines. They'll tell you,
No.
Don, who was doing the,
Only
doing the 40 colour Jeep thing, and Don
Yeah.
was doing the orcs in the 40 colour Jeep. He has an Angry Marines army, and so he had it at the tournament I went to using Blood Angels rules, and he actually had the whirlwind with 2 Angry Marines in the tubes. Awesome.
How do you do an orcs army on the cheap? When you need like 60 of them. Plus.
I think the concept for this army on the cheap was rather finishing things you've got
Yeah.
rather than buying new things.
What if you don't have any orcs?
Well, then you wouldn't have done auction. You
Or
would have done
eBay.
what you had.
eBay. Nice. Sam, the master of eBay. How
Yeah.
many lists do you have now, Sam?
No. Sam needs to be the master of Biostrip.
Yeah. Mind you, some of the stuff he's got hasn't had that bad layers of paint on it.
What, the Primaris that he's only just built?
Well, the Primaris he got from me didn't have a particularly high level of paint on them because I sprayed them, and yeah, that was it. So they 2 layers of paint there.
Tipping codes.
Just use Death Threads. Yeah, and in fact, don't just use Death Threads for your Orc army. Kick bash a load of Death Threads out of random old sprues and, I don't know, yogurt pots or something.
So I'm giggling at Ben's comment about the master of the Biostrip regarding his nice shiny red car paint used on the Dreadsaurian.
Oh god,
Have you seen it?
I've not seen it. No.
Oh
but
my
I've
god,
heard.
Ben, bring it to club. It is beautiful, and when I say beautiful, I mean
Heinous.
so. The idea was there. The paint just wasn't the right paint to do it with.
Or like the Magnus in Canterbury still.
Shiny
Was that the
Magnus.
one where the wings and that were done
To perfection.
to perfection, and then the body was just fucked up beyond belief?
Yeah.
The armour plating was painted with some horrible paint. And then it had
Non-GW.
to be redone. Yeah.
Oh, it's not red, it was baby blue. And it's no longer baby blue, it's white. Damn it. Ben, have you got any pictures of it?
Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it was something else. Model itself was beautiful, the colour just wasn't
It is a nice
right.
model.
It looked better when it had corn symbol in it.
That's funny. You're very good, so hard.
Back in the year when a great grey shaman could summon in a
Oh,
Dreadsaurian.
so cool. Any monster.
Alright then, Dreadsaurian. Albeit you had to roll like a 15 or something. No,
Didn't
you
you?
can't roll a 15 on 2 dice. You did a 10
Yeah.
You can roll a 15 on 2 dice.
if you was injured.
Yeah, you take a Screaming Bell and change one of them to a 7. Oh wait, no, that was the way to win when
I was
AOS
gonna say, wasn't it
first
like a
dropped.
one-turn win with the whole Screaming Bell?
Change.
Screaming Bell, Lord of
You roll a
Change,
13.
you had to roll a 13 on 2 dice, you rolled a 6, and then you just went, oh look, Lord of Change, I'm going to change that to 7, and I've won.
You can roll a 7 on 2 dice as well. Sorry, you can
Yeah,
You can.
no!
roll
7 is the
uh,
most common.
a 13 on 2 dice.
Is one of them a 20-sided dice?
No, they're both D6s, right? You throw them up, you know which one's going to come down as a 6, right? And then you cut the other one in half so that one side comes down as a 6, the other side comes down as 1. In fact, cut it in half any direction because it'll still be 7.
Yeah.
Almost
Far
felt
too
like it's much.
complicated.
Ben really wants to win. With your 7.
If Steve's rolling, you can. Mr. Dreadsaurian. I believe that's Ian.
It is here.
Grizzy has made the comment Dreadsaurian sounds like my ex-wife.
I'm gonna hold the boat up so that people can see I'm actually painting on it.
Or pretending to. You've not got any paint on that brush, but...
Shut up! Don't reveal the.
Don't really secret.
Oh.
And now I'm gonna comment, boats suck.
Well, they will comment that now when you've said it. If you hadn't said anything,
Just getting ahead of it. No, like you do when you insult your Marines ahead of us insulting.
shut up. I'm not making any sense here.
Go home, Ben, you're drunk.
He's not had his biscuit fixed.
Yeah, Ben thinks I'm pretending.
Ben, stop pretending. Yes, I agree. Is Steve still painting the same model? And if you mean same model, i.e. the one I started with at the beginning of the stream, your answer would be yes.
4 hours.
Later.
later.
100%.
When you
And I've only
finish
got
with all
4
that.
more of these to paint.
Oh, what?
Wait.
Right, I think you correct right.
Oh, you did?
Oh, Bobby's back.
What will you be?
Bobby B. The
Bobby Battle System.
the chat could potentially get quite busy now. Actually,
Is that
I think Gale is still in
Ben looks like he's on crack and sounds it.
Meh, not even once.
I was going to say have you watched our newscasts, especially if I'm left on my own?
Oh god, if he's left on his own, yeah.
We need crack to get through that. So, crack helps me concentrate.
There's a picture of that tweet from South Park.
Gotta get to the end. Then I have more crack. Ugh.
Mm.
It's not allowed drugs.
I love that. It's not a case of don't do drugs, it's not allowed.
I need to put that meme as a button. I only want to put it as a button because it's me as a meme. Ben's on meth, not crack. Drugs are fun, but they don't help me paint. Yeah, drugs don't help me paint. I have to admit, I have tried painting after drinking. That
I want to see the results of that.
What about Adderall? People take Adderall when they're revising and studying all that. Helps you focus, doesn't it?
Supposedly.
I just probably shouldn't do anything. I have an addictive personality. Hence
I'm addicted to you.
Hence the hobby.
hence the hobby, hence the 4 glass cases of chaos demons.
There is nothing wrong with 4 glass cases of demons.
There is been some of them.
There's only one thing that could be better than 4 glass cases of demons. 4 glass car. Fuck's sake, I'm done.
Another one bites the dust.
Oh, 4 glass cases of little plastic planes.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Or hear me out. 5 glass cases of demons.
No. 5 glass cases of bloodthirsters.
Just bloodthirst
Just
and
bloodthirsters.
everything. And an extra shelf shoved in, so you have as many as possible. Yeah, that'll do. Chat's gone. There's more people in chat than there's been all night, and it's gone dead silent. 4 glass cases of ultramarines.
I could probably do that if I had them painted.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, you could.
No one said they'd be painted.
Well, not really be ultramarines.
No, sir, 4 glass cases. 4 glass cases of ultramarines on fire.
Who's posted that?
Liam?
Custodian. Yeah, thought it might.
The only good demons are corn.
So Ian's put up.
It's
Went to the Warhammer shop yesterday
It's
with
true.
the reply from Grizzy. Well done, you.
what was that?
Yes, Steve. You'll never have it all painted properly.
It was Ben, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. And I will actually have to unfortunately accept that comment with no argument because
No,
it
no,
may
no,
be
No, you
somewhat
don't, Stephen.
correct.
You can do it.
You can get him back. You can say, Ben, you're never going to have 4 glass cases full of salamanders. Salamanders with the same base.
The amount of times. Not even that. Even the same shade of green.
Ooh, I'm not saving you. He's going to get you now. Watch me. That's how he would have said that. Just more sounding like Ben.
You'll never get this. One day, you got this.
Bobby's still ranting about burning ultramarines.
I would expect nothing less.
Are you secretly a word bearer, Bobby?
Bobby, word bearer. There's some similarities there.
Is that like an NPC in Minecraft?
We're going to get told off talking about non-gaming, non-wargaming.
Well, we're not really talking about wargame. We're talking about burning Steve's army. Which, don't get me wrong, is a fun topic.
An abusive topic. I
Um,
would like to lodge an official complaint with the administrator of Warcast Gaming.
I am the administrator. And I say it's fun.
The thing is,
I'd like to speak to the manager. I am the manager.
Shut up, Karen.
The thing is, I would like to argue with that, but I have a weird feeling that I might get fired for my own things.
Kind of got to take
So-
the power.
I've got a public defender in the form of Grizzy, saying, well, custodians going, wouldn't waste my piss on them. Then at least there's some washes and shaving though, Steve. Ben's response was, no, it's not.
Although he might have been.
Custodian, Lorgar for Prime Minister. And
What?
then Grizzy is, hey, leave the ginger alone. He has an eternity painted stuff as he has no soul. Don't worry, I'll go you. And, well, Custodian, I am saying Grizzly.
I'm not gonna.
Just my back's to the camera, so it probably isn't coming through properly. But I would totally agree with the lack of a soul thing and having an eternity to paint, because that would be awesome.
Pretty sure eternity to paint is what happens whenever I need to get something finished for a tournament. As in, it takes an eternity for me to paint the one thing. Just sort of stare at the same model for hours on end.
Funny enough.
Paint everything else that isn't in the tournament list.
Sounds like some kind of new hip rock band. Eternity to paint. Darker brooding.
Death metal band.
Yeah.
To be fair, spending an entire evening painting one model is pretty much what I've just done.
And they break out hit.
Oh no! Right.
Shut up.
So we have a topic. Ben's given us a topic.
Oh dear.
He said, so you're going to paint for eternity, Steve, but that would be magic.
Oh
And
god.
you don't believe in magic, Stephen.
Not this argument again. I'm just going to say you all to shut the fuck up and just agree with it.
Is this why you are moving away from 8th edition? Because of the psychic awakening? You don't believe in magic?
No, I'm moving away from 8th edition because of the stratagem bullshit.
It's
We've
a
had this
smite.
conversation before.
Smite gate.
Well, yeah, and the fact that you smited my brand new model off the table in turn 1 so it couldn't kill you.
With my brand new models.
Which ones are painted?
None of them.
None of them.
It's a big question.
Grayscale war, smart war.
It was a case of, oh look, my Leviathan is in combat with 3 malignant bladecasters who went, ah ha ha ha, invulnerable save and smite. Which made me cry because, well,
And he still cries to this day.
I fucking do. It's wrong.
Wakes up in a hot sweat.
Because you can't play 8th edition, that's why you cry. Yeah.
Every
Oh, okay. I'm back on with agreeing with Dr. Grizz. Giz,
Great.
You say it.
Let me double check.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Grizzy, Gizzy.
It's Giz.
It's Gizzy.
Definitely not Jizzy.
8th is crap, bring back 3rd.
Yeah. Because what do I have up on that shelf?
3rd edition rulebook. And codexes.
Well, you don't even need them.
Oh no, you don't, because all the points are in the back of the rulebook.
Yeah, and rules. All in there. It's awesome.
Yeah,
If anyone ever
this
feels
was-
like playing some third,
All you've got to remember
a Necron's good in
is
first.
3rd was 7 before all the added
might
additional
not have
crap.
Necron rules. I
That's
can't
what I
remember. I'm pretty sure they
Didn't exist then.
I think they got their first book in 3rd edition.
No one had stepped on a tomb world then.
Mind you,
Surprise! Too much.
That's plainly how they came into it.
Yeah.
they'll be on the.
It's not what you mean to go on.
They'll be on the on eBay for like £3. The 3rd edition codex with Necrons.
Is it as convoluted as 7?
It's like
7 is a variation of 3.
right.
So yes.
So essentially it went 3rd edition, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3
Isn't
3.4.
8 just a variation on one of the old ones?
8th is a
Yeah,
variation of AOS.
With more rerolls.
More stratagems.
Higher armor saves as well.
Well, to be fair, command points came in to iOS, didn't they, in the end?
I want my magic models for 8th edition.
Do we think that the iOS command point system is how command point systems should work?
I cannot answer that question because I don't play AOS.
I feel like yes, it should be. You're very limited on how many command points you get, so you can't just spam strategy.
You gain a
rather
command point
than-
at the start of your turn, is it?
Well,
And then you can
I think-
gain 1 per battalion.
I was gonna say 1 per battalion and 1 for being under 50 points of the point.
1
isn't
for
it?
being 50 points under the limit, but you only get 1 now. It used to be 1
It used
per
to be
50.
stacking, but it doesn't anymore.
also, rather than having a whole massive collection of stratagems,
You just got
you're
certain
locked
ones.
into 3 standard ones and ones because some of the commanders have a special one. Like Great Unclean one gives +1 attack to any noble demon unit.
Well, I mean, that was the good thing, wasn't it? Because it used to be you could only use your general's command ability, but now you can use a command point to use anyone's command ability.
Yeah.
So it's...
More gold.
Ben says you need the ginger dwarves, which I agree
Fire
with.
Slayers.
but
Oh
you
yeah, I've
just-
said about this for a long time.
But you just need to make up almost half the army's points just with one mod. Because it would make it the cheapest army.
Magmadrov.
No.
Oh no, you mean the character that can't die, right?
Gosh, Afghanistan.
I mean, you never win a game because no one would ever go near the one model that almost your entire army is
I mean,
spawned
the model that
into.
only moves 4 inches a turn. Oh wait, I'm noble. I also move 4 inches a turn.
Yeah, but with the bell you can go an extra 2, and the disc you can go an extra 2, and then suddenly you're moving 8 inches, and then you put the end of spell down that adds another extra 2 movement to everything on the board, and then suddenly Nurgle Plague Bearers moving 10 inches a turn. What? With a single command point makes your run a flat 6 move.
And
I
we're
hate
back
your
on the topic of rules again.
What's that? I move quicker than Paul.
It's not saying much, though. Mine is more like 6 inches a movement.
So, Doctor... Doctor, by any chance, are you American? So, he didn't know what the Tory party was, but when Bobby explained that they're overgrown children in expensive suits with too much power, he said, oh, so like the president.
China.
Oh, God.
I would like to point out that Warcast Gaming has no political stance on anything. However,
However, go and
Tories.
watch.
Funny enough, I was going to say the same thing. Because, yeah.
However, go and watch the episode of RuPaul's Drag Race UK from like 2 weeks ago.
Something
Because the impression of
Oh, God,
Trump
Margaret.
is
Well,
amazing.
it's not that, it's Margaret Thatcher as well.
Oh,
So good.
China.
Redundancy.
The Tory party is for the rich and nobody else.
dear.
Well, I think
I
we've
think
just
those-
given the Warcast Gaming a political affiliation.
No,
These are the views of
it's just
Stephen,
slagging off
the
one
Warcast PLC. It's not PLC yet, sorry.
PLC.
Ah,
Warcast
Philadelphia.
Limited sounds better. What was that?
Although I do
In
wonder whether it
Philadelphia.
was just so he could say Philadelphia born and raised.
Was
No,
it the playground where you spent most of your days?
it's the home of the Golden God.
Is it always sunny in Philadelphia?
Is Philadelphia as much of a shithole as people like to joke about it being?
Ben is Andy local. Well, he's more local than you are, Bobby.
Does Bobby live in Margate? No, not Margate, Thanet.
I always forget. Somewhere too far away.
On the planet.
He doesn't come to our club anymore because it's too far for him. You should come and see us more often.
With Baptist.
With Baltus as well there. Yeah, we'll Oh God. Right. Well, I'm being told to shut up. Thanks, Molly. Love you too. Yeah, Gail is being mean about Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Baseball team, innit?
Oh, Philadelphia
American
Eagles.
NFL.
Oh, no, never mind.
And considering that Ben supports the Eagles, as in Warcast Bear,
Didn't
doesn't surprise me that.
Philadelphia, one of the Philadelphia sports teams actually win something last June?
Oh, I wouldn't be able to say because, funnily enough, I don't follow American football.
Yeah.
And I don't follow American baseball either. So, yeah,
Football's becoming a lot more popular over here.
yeah,
To be fair,
there's a
it's
couple
quite-
of stadiums in the UK
Who's
that are now
watching
kind
it?
of dual use.
Mm.
For example, Tottenham Hotspur's new ground has a retractable pitch that then they retract the football pitch, and then there is an American pitch underneath. So they're hosting 2 games a year for about £1 million a piece. Yeah, they fucking rinsed that deal.
Well, Ian was watching one of the NFL matches. the other
Actually
day.
live, wasn't he, as well? He's been sick.
But I don't know if he was watching that in America.
Oh
or
dear,
here.
there is like right. I love you guys, but I'm not going to read all of the
Why not?
chat.
As a host,
About-
your role is to inform us who can't read it as to what's going on.
No, I'm not telling. I don't love you lot. I'm saying I love the chat, but I'm not going to read this wonderful conversation about American football and Ben being mean to me. Not Ben being mean to me. I'm Ben. Bobby being mean to me.
Oh god.
Oh,
Ben's had a breakdown.
Everything's merging into one.
Giant amorphous blob.
Oh, we're still fucked.
Oh, Ian's off.
Bye.
Bye,
Ian.
See
Ian.
you later,
Thank
Ian.
for joining us.
Bye.
I hope you're not leaving just because you couldn't get word in edgeways.
Fucking little shitty pat town.
And now we're just going to start quoting South Park.
Yeah. Yeah, until chat stops talking about American football. Not because I have anything against it, just because I don't know what's happening.
I have no idea what's going on.
This is my defence.
So, all I know about American football
Is there
comes
a
from
defense?
Blue Mountain State, and there is not a lot of American football in that.
The thing is, I have watched a few games. It's very start-stop. Like, it just seems every 5 minutes. Just
Well, I remember
stop
seeing
in.
something a while back. It was like there was a stat where there was only actually 15 minutes of actual playing.
That
I can
is.
believe that because I was watching. Like, this has the potential to be really interesting to watch.
Well, your
but I
team
just-
basically has like you basically have like 2 teams within a team.
So
Yeah,
you have,
offense and
you have
defense.
your offense and that is like kind of all
That's
of
from-
them,
that
really,
was
isn't
from
it?
Blue Mountain
Blue Mountain
State, I
State, innit?
Johnny.
one team is made up
Johnny.
of 2 teams, and they switch out depending on
What's happening?
yeah.
What's going on?
I don't understand.
Bobby says wrong game. Talk about 40k.
Or Blood Bowl, meet halfway.
Yeah. I know nothing about Blood Bowl either.
Blood Bowl's actually really fun, but just no one played it, so we just sort of really.
It got dropped.
Yeah.
Well, they're still releasing army.
Oh yeah, they still
armies.
actually do stuff for it,
teams.
but we just no one at the club was playing it, so you're like.
And then there's Gizzy going, now this is a good stream. Ben's response is, all there's a men and Gale Blood Bowl class. Blood Bowl class? Class, as in teach everybody to play.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think Liam played a lot of Blood Bowl on PC. I don't know if he played the actual game.
It's relatively similar.
But from what I understand, it was kind of the same sort of thing, that it wasn't real time, it was...
Yeah, it's the turn based.
Yeah. It was really good.
Oh, Ian's still in chat.
Is Ian being a tall
Don't be me to Ian!
Right,
I mean,
Steve.
my painting is way better than Steve. That is, yes, a given, but didn't need to be said. Wow, I need to read properly. Yes, that's also a given. Spray painting doesn't count.
I was gonna say if you the approved Ian bashing is airbrush comments.
And not
Yeah.
knowing how to use a paintbrush. What?
Yeah,
Love you, Ian. He's gonna abuse me back.
They stay fucking pay.
Yeah, that's a given.
'cause
That's
I
something
don't-
me and Steve both get abused for is not painting.
Oh yeah,
I
100%.
just sort of start like slip under the radar.
Yeah,
You do
you
actually have
actually
a
paint.
mostly painted army.
Yeah.
My Death Guard is just sprayed Death Guard green and washed. And
Is
that's
that
it.
not all Death Guard armies?
Look how bored I've got. I'm putting wash on windows because I can't bother the paint.
Heresy.
Yeah, look.
Heresy Death Guard.
It's because I need to paint the yellow round it. I'm
Heresy's
like,
like
if I
the
just do that.
whitest sort of colour, isn't that cream? Heresy
that?
Death Guard.
It's
Yeah,
basically
I,
like you should have to paint screen
Yeah.
skulls or colour, which is a bitch to paint. Unless you use contrast now,
Oh yeah.
Ian says
because you'll keep that naturally sort of dirty.
airbrushing
look.
does count, and I think airbrushing does count.
To be
I've seen-
fair, to actually do a good
Oh, to-
airbrush model it takes a lot
Yeah.
of skill. I mean, I'm not even allowed near the airbrush, so I can do it.
the extent of my airbrushing was using it to base my Titan Silver. I actually haven't used it for anything other than that. As a spray can would have cost too much to use.
Yeah.
Right, we're coming up to 11.
Ooh, that's come around rather quickly.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. Hola. Fuck. Ah!
So
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you had spilt a pot of wash then.
Did you take it for Sam?
I am so glad I bought this.
He's done that, what, twice on stream?
It was like twice in the space of like 15
What?
minutes.
What? Oh,
For the children's.
The mat.
The children's painting that.
Yeah.
Because we are children.
Okay, so yeah, we'll finish up in a couple of minutes for the stream,
Yeah.
Yes.
and
I
then
need
we're
to
just
put
gonna
cut the
sit
bread
here
on.
being rude about you all, just when we shut the stream down.
Yeah, it's like,
See, you have to wash and shade some stuff, says Ben.
I'm just gonna ignore that comment.
Ben, you have to be really proud of him. He has been the stream cameras the entire night. We haven't taken it away from him at all. He's kept people entertained.
Only because I needed the light, because there's too much detail, my eyes are broken.
And let's face it, people would have been mean to me if they'd have seen me doing boats.
Well, let's be fair, you've done...
One colour on 2 boats.
you painted the masts.
Yeah. In fact, I missed. I've just noticed I missed a bit on one of the masts.
Yeah, compare the two boats.
Yeah.
I've done some black.
Bobby has correctly said abuse target. Pew pew. I'm gonna leave you to read the doctor's remark.
the doctor.
Is it- because
doctor's
I
remark.
remember his name.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Dr. Greasy.
Yeah, Ginger, you have made me hard like Gail's Yugoslavian girl. And as a reference to Gail's comment,
Read it out, you nerd.
Count.
No, make me.
I have
as
the
much
power
talent
here.
as a Yugoslavian rapist. Was
Whoa!
the comment. I don't know what that
Whoa!
applied to. But
Let's escalate quickly.
Doctor's
Yeah.
response was, "You've made me hard like Gail's Yugoslavian girl." Ben's comment, "Of course I'm proud of Steve, but shade for the love of God." Read it out, you nerd. He doesn't believe in God.
So, Fallon, what have you managed to paint today?
I put all the green on my destroyers and I have washed the destroyers. There is another one, but I've got no
Only
hands.
2 hands.
I only have 2 hands.
They were green. They were dirty beforehand. Now they're clean.
I have been. I have been nice and slow. I've just done the mast and the deck on my 2 third rates. Steve doesn't have to tell us what he's done because you've all been.
Abusing me over it all night.
Love you.
And Andy is currently concentrating on painting. So you finished up doing a couple of the outsides of the holes, didn't you? And then what?
Yeah, so 3 of them are now have now got their holes done, yellow at least.
Yeah.
Both coats. These 2 have had their second coats, and all the decks have been painted brown.
Mm.
And then I've painted one side.
You've done the Andy Bertram special.
Yeah, I have. You will only be shot at by the port side of my ship.
You get his good side.
It's just I'm looking at it from the point of view, if I can get one deck done, one hole done, I can glue the
we
deck
won't-
in,
We won't
and
read
it looks
that.
nice.
Well, the doctor has said, "Don't leave us,"
Yeah.
and I have absolutely no idea what Liam has said because he's been banned.
Again.
Oh.
So,
You paint so slow. Yes, I do, because I have a shaky hand and my eyes don't work. I need to see more of the Ginger. Will he be on more of the videos? I like seeing the ultras. What's his name? Well, I'm Stephen, and yes, I will be on more of the painting videos. It's unlikely you'll see me on centre stage most of the time, because that's usually reserved for Bear.
And his first
But,
name, son, will be called Robert or Bobby.
Yes.
but
Definitely.
Robert Graham Rossiter.
Graham, nah.
Well,
Um,
Bob G.
I haven't been running it this time round, but actually, normally on the painting streams, I actually let people
That's not good.
pay with their Twitch loyalty points to move the camera around. So you might be back on the screen if the Doctor joins us again.
Quite possibly.
We'll just keep taking it off Ben.
Maybe.
It's currently on Stephen now.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to. Oh God, everything's moving. No
Yeah,
tap.
there are.
Gale,
Stop talking.
Oh God, what is?
I saw multiple.
It's Steve sitting in a tree. For fuck's sake, Liam.
I think it's beautiful, Stephen.
I genuinely, I'm loving the fact that there is an Ultramarines supporter out there. This is.
There is. I'm no longer getting abused by everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I still am,
99%.
but it's now just 99% of people.
And Ultramarines.
Exactly, 99%.
Oh, fuck off.
Alright.
No, my gun carriage is meant to be oak brown.
Oops.
That's okay, they're sort of
No one will see.
mainly oak brown. Once the washer's gone on them, no one will fucking see it.
That's always a aggressive ending to that.
Alright, so
There's Andy just going,
He's gonna flip the table.
Fuck this shit!
flipping out the table.
And it goes, destroyers!
catching the hat.
and he goes flying like that, like, whee!
Right.
Fuck you guys, I'm going ham!
And
Alright, Cartman.
so, on that
On
note,
that,
um,
on that bombshell, it's time to end.
well,
Run through your bombshell that is Stephen.
Yeah.
I'll run through the normal things quickly. So, we have been on Twitch and YouTube today. Obviously, Twitch has been more interactive because one, I haven't been paying attention to the YouTube app. I'm a terrible person.
Hashtag
You never
We
pro
know.
stream
streamer.
on multiple platforms, but I don't care about one of them.
Hashtag pro streamer.
So yeah, if there was anyone watching on YouTube, please come and join us on Twitch because it's a lot more fun having people in chat and your chatting's up on the screen. And you know, we will see your abuse more readily. We don't do the painting streams on a regular basis. We are trying, but it's a bit more difficult. But we do a Sunday newscast, which is me and
What was
You
that?
shut your whole mouth.
I missed that.
You laughed at doo-doo.
GG!
Sam proceeded to break me.
Yeah, so
It's proceeded to break me.
yeah, we've got every Sunday at 9 PM GMT we do a news review of what mainly Games Workshop have been releasing over the last week on the news, but we also try and cover Fantasy Flight and Warlord games and anything else that piques our interest.
Warlord's Wednesday roundup.
Sunday. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no, sorry, yeah.
That's where
I
you
thought-
get your content from.
yes, yeah, and their Friday newsletter because their website is awful.
Copy, paste the script.
Yeah.
Look at this new model.
It has 3 brigs, 5. Yeah.
It's reading off a prompt.
Or you mean the
Right.
I can't say
I
it, Ben.
Yeah. I don't want to butcher this name. Ben can say it.
Yeah. So yeah, please come and join us on Twitch and YouTube on Sundays. Apart from that, if we're doing more painting streams, you can find out when they're happening when they get posted on the Facebook group or the Instagram, which are both on the stream just below the lovely Ultramarines model.
Also do some battle raps.
We do some map reps. Aiming to do more.
He said do again.
I don't like any of you. Go away! Screw you guys! I'm going home! Ben the Butcher of Names, thank you.
Quite tight.
Doctor, are you asking me to spell out the...
So Ben, what's the name of that new Sisters model that is on a flying pulpit?
Yeah, Ben.
Where's my notes?
I want to see this spelled out like on Wikipedia when you go.
Junith?
Oh.
Junith Urethra.
You're Someone
Okay.
photoshopped that pulpit to have like walker legs.
Alright. I really need the toilet, and I think Bobby wants to talk to me about the sisters box. I think he's quite desperate to talk to me about the sisters box, so we should stop the
He's going to try and sell you one now.
Oh, probably. Think of all the conversion possibilities.
Mike's the person he used to speak to.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Mike will have it off of him well quick.
Okay.
Well, he wants the rule book.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. Would everyone like to say goodbye?
Well, I
Auf
got some
Wiedersehen.
painting. I got some painting done. Not as much as I wanted to, but it will do. Have a good evening.
Doo-doo.
Shut up.
Andy Fallon.
Bye.
See ya.
Well, that's the shit, but that's a bit too aggressive.
We're trying to play Alaska.
Goodbye.